What's up, everybody? Happy Monday, Magic Monday, Matt Side Monday. We back. Yep, that's it. Got a lot of stories today. Too many stories today. Craig Jones, Gable Steveson, Raja Jackson. Not Danaher. Gordon, Moneyberg, Mighty Mouse. We got a lot going on, man. I'll try to get as much as I can. I'll probably rant a little bit. But you know how we do it on Matt Side Monday. We'll let a couple people jump into the stream. But yeah, that's basically it, man. I'll fill you guys in on the weekend. Yeah, let's get into it. We'll just let people jump in as they want, man. That's all we can do. It says Gable Steveson withdrawals from CGI 2, Super Fight versus Craig Jones. I'm seeing a lot of stuff on this. Josiah, what's up, brother? Happy Matt Side Monday, Magic Monday. Did you see the EBI 225 post? All the athletes are on. Let me see. Isn't that in September? We'll see, man. We'll see. I mean, Stevenson just pulled out week of, so it's still time for somebody to pull out of that EBI. But we'll see. I know you got your fingers crossed for Gianni, man. He's your hero. We might have to get Gianni on this stream one day. I'm not sure how we'll do that. Kevon gonna block us from doing that. Kevon said no. He said we've been talking too negative on ecological. So yeah, it seems like Gable Steveson is withdrawing from the CGI. Seeing some other stuff, some facts about this. Yeah, I'm not sure why CGI. They thought the combat jiu-jitsu, what is it called? Combat jiu-jitsu would take off, but I don't know. Maybe if they allowed striking on the feet, right? Because you can't strike on the feet. You can only strike on the ground, I believe. Johnny don't like you. Give him some time. Let him warm up to you. Did you try sending him a fruit basket? Or maybe some chocolates? I knew Gable will pull out. I think he's faking the injury. Gable. My man Gable all over the place. He's saying he's gonna do pickleball next. You guys believe that? He's gonna become a professional pickleballer. Elite wrestler Gable Steveson has withdrawn from his much-anticipated super fight at CGI 2 due to a toe injury. My toe hurts, sustained in training. Did John Jones break his toe? The announcement was made just days before the event. Now, the organizers are scrambling to find a replacement on very short notice. Who would you guys like to see fight Mr. Craig Jones? Mikey? Can we get Mikey out there? Can Mikey break his contract? I did have Mr. Musumeci reach out to me, so maybe we should take it easy on him. I'm starting to feel bad now. Maybe we should take it easy on Mr. Musumeci. Yeah, I don't think he's liking all the jokes, all the thumbnails. he didn't like some of these thumbnails I put out. Who you think would be Craig's final opponent? Gianni Grippo face him. What Gianni gonna do? Gianni can't do nothing to Craig Jones. Most people can't do anything to Craig Jones. I mean, I really want to see Gordon. We all want to see Gordon rematch. Maybe I was gonna say John Carlo or somebody. I don't know who could draw the numbers in. Hey man, a lot of people be watching my show, right? Right, Josiah? A lot of people be watching my show. You got some famous people on here. Some people you guys be watching on I'm not gonna say any names, but some of your favorite shows. We have some of those people that you be watching on your favorite show. They be on the live stream. You don't know who's on the live stream. That's why I keep asking for money. Where's Moneyberg at? Isn't Gordon retired? Well, you pay him enough money, he'll come out of retirement. What's retirement? All right, Gordon, we'll give you $1 million. You'll see him get ready. He'll take his supplements and be right back to normal in 2 days. Maybe give him about 2 weeks. Let him take all his supplements. Let him dye his hair in time. He's gonna be ready. I'm trying to think who. Maybe Zuckerberg or somebody, or Tom Hardy, somebody. I'm just not sure who would be a draw. It would have to be like Batista, not Batista. What's the big guy with the scary daughter? I can't remember his name. It would have to be some big name person, right? Maybe MMA fighter or something like that. I don't know who it would be. Gianni. I think Gianni's okay with his whatever he's doing. So Gable Stevenson's toe hurts, so he can't do the tournament. I don't know how much money he was about to get, but it happens. Gable is out. Sorry guys. Craig Jones reveals Gable Steveson has pulled out due to turf toe. What is turf toe?
5 days away from CJI 2, and news was officially released that Gable Steveson is pulling out of his match against Craig Jones due to turf toe. This super fight main event was originally announced on April 1st. Yes, April Fool's Day. A lot of people thought it was a prank, but I can promise you that Gable Steveson pulling out is no joke, nor was the fact that Craig Jones planned to retire after this match. We definitely wish Gable Steveson a speedy recovery that he's definitely going to need, considering he's going to be competing in his MMA debut just 12 days after what was supposed to be his match with Craig Jones. And at this point, I'm genuinely curious if his turf toe would magically get better if Craig Jones agreed to a combat jiu-jitsu match, but I digress. Where do we go from here, jiu-jitsu nerds? I've seen some of y'all in the comments tagging people like Wyatt Hendrickson, the man that recently beat Gable Steveson at the NCAA championship. But with 5 days before the event is supposed to happen, I have no idea where we go from here, other than making a bunch of crazy jokes about the.
Yeah, sounds pretty bad to me. Did he get a tattoo for Gable? Stubbed my toe, pulled out. Yeah. I don't know. Turf toe is real, isn't it? Might be made up. Craig Jones recently posted a photo of himself on his IG stories getting a neck tattoo caption, "Who hurt me?" Now we know. Got a couple guys saying they want to do the super fight. I chose a photo where I looked like Gable stubbed his toe. Where it looks like Gable stubbed his toe. If it goes unnoticed, it's fine. It's 2 a.m. I'm delirious. Where'd she put that at?
We're.
Oh, in that photo. I got you. Says, wait, was the BT tattoo for nothing? Craig he's been tatting himself up for a lot of these guys. Gabby versus Mighty Mouse. Let's do it. Let's see. I'm not sure who. I'm not sure who it could be. Josiah says, nah, Gable faking it. It's possible. We don't know. Rampage Sun. Oh yeah, Rampage Sun. We're gonna talk about Rampage Sun. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what Reddit got to say. Gable out. Sorry guys. So that was posted 8 hours ago, which I was asleep then. I'm still sleeping. Injured toe. Let's see. We'll read a couple comments, guys. Early in the morning. I don't like to read early in the morning. Craig versus members of the audience until he gets tired enough for someone to tap him. That guy gets 10K. Nah. We've seen how people grapple for $1,000, so $10,000. We are gonna get into it, Mr. Josiah. Don't worry, we're gonna get into it. It says might as well make it a TLC match, and whoever is able to climb the ladder and get the money bag wins. Rampage's son will be there. I'm bringing a rash guard. Be realistic. He wouldn't want to take the risk, and doesn't enjoy injuring people either. Craig versus Brendan Schaub. No way Craig will get past the Schaub shutdown. Craig's blood pressure is through the roof right now. Moneyberg time is now. Moneyberg got high blood pressure too. Moneyberg, look at Moneyberg. His blood pressure high too. It says book Demetrius Johnson, but he's coated in grease. Oh, that might be pretty interesting. Greased up Mighty Mouse. DJ versus Craig, leg locks only. Grease DJ GOAT. Yeah, we said Mikey, we said DJ, we said Gabby rematch, Gordon rematch, Raja Rampage rematch. What's going on, bro? He said Craig Jones is my favorite homie. He's your favorite homie. Yep. Danny Choppa, happy Matt Side Monday. Howdy, fellas. Weekend was quite eventful, except for me. Pretty much in a blur. Yep. As you get older, weekend, you blink, weekend over. Craig Jones versus Moneyberg. Craig Jones versus Gianni Grippo. Yeah. We got some good matchups. Hamza. Get Moneyberg in there now. Craig has both hands, fluffy pink handcuffed behind his back. The Gable match was going to be the dullest match of the event. I'd love to see Craig against someone like Keenan, someone retired from competition but has great jiu-jitsu. Keenan, yeah, I didn't think about Mr. Keenan. Keenan enjoying his retirement, guys. He ain't training hard like that. Surprised he pulled out with a toe injury. Like if he just got mean mugged for a minute or two, then tapped to the first semi-incredible leg lock, he gets paid whatever his purse is, and he's got a pretty minimal risk of making it worse. Even optically for his MMA career, it's not like anybody cares that much. Plenty of UFC guys have been constantly leg locked on Fight Pass and Karate Combat cards. Roger Jackson, that might be the match. Craig Jones, just before Roger gets jail time or anything. Craig versus Moneyberg for the most legit black belt title. Probably pulled out to avoid going into his MMA debut on a loss / risking an injury. Nobody told him to start fighting MMA the week after. That's pretty crazy. Why did he signed up for CGI before the MMA event? Craig Jones versus Keenan. Craig Jones versus Guy Mendez. I wish it would have to be Hoffa Mendez. Marcelo, you want to step in, Marcelo? Wagner? Well, Wagner fighting. Who would be a good matchup? I don't know. I actually wondered how Craig was going to fight with all these fresh tattoos he's just got. Has Craig been training? He's been getting the tattoos all the time. J-Rod is the pretty obvious replacement. Jay wins he's welcome back to the gym. BJJ has to forgive him. If he loses, he has to sign a legal binding contract that he can no longer practice or teach jiu-jitsu, and if caught doing otherwise, he agrees to voluntarily amputate a limb. That ain't gonna happen. Craig versus Nicky Rod, with a legal right for Jay to train clause. Roger Jackson versus Moneyberg main event, maybe. Gable has his MMA debut set for 2 weeks after CJI. He was never doing this event. Proven scumbags again. The only logical replacement is Moneyberg. Says Gordon Ryan, Moneyberg, Mikey, J-Rod. That's about it. All is set up for Gordon. I feel genuinely terrible for Craig. Supposed to be his farewell, and it's stopped by some American dudes. This might be a good time for Craig to run back a match he didn't have a chance to do before. He could run back the Mateus Denise match or do a rematch with Josh Hinger. He could also get some MMA fighter in there. Craig versus Chris Cyborg. Says Gable match was always going to get canceled at the last minute. It was just announced to build hype for the event. Look into it. Moneyberg for the memes, but for a real crazy match, got to be Nicky Rod. There's though there's no way that's happening. Got Gilbert Burns on the phone. Craig versus Mikey Musumeci. I did say that Mikey reached out to me, and maybe we got to take it easy on Mikey. Mikey did not like all the jokes in the thumbnails and the videos, so maybe we're going to take a little bit easier on Mr. Musumeci. Lachlan will be there, do a student versus sensei thing. Already done years ago, and Craig won via arm triangle after passing Lachlan from outside Ashi. It was in some random 5K tournament in a cage in Australia. Guys, in a soap opera twist, this was planned all along. They needed to perfect their Gordon Ryan clone, and now they have twist. Craig is now competing against a Gordon Ryan clone, Terminator hybrid sent from the future to stop Craig saving the sport. Craig versus Rampage Sun. I'm getting a lot of those. Hamza, Dan Gable. Kind of a no-win situation for Gable. That I imagine his agency finally got him to ditch it. Craig's going around telling everyone he doesn't train, isn't taking this fight seriously, etc., while also saying, wouldn't it be funny if I heel hooked him and he got injured and then I could take him down? If he's serious about an MMA career, this doesn't make much more sense for him to participate. If Gable has an MMA fight coming up and he magically injures his toe, shouldn't he cancel his upcoming MMA fight? Well, it's going to be healed by then, Josiah. Didn't you know it takes 2 days? It takes the week to heal? Yeah, I guess you got me there. Now that I'm on the stream, let me shout out cousin Rob. Big Rob has a birthday today. We got another guy with a birthday. Who else got a birthday? One of my students from Orlando had a birthday, and you guys know Mr. John Thomas. Mr. John Thomas got a birthday today, so I'll make a little. And Andy Stevens, you got your birthday today too? Got a lot of birthdays on August 25th August here. JF Hendricks says, I don't believe CJ Craig Jones isn't training. He's trolling and playing the game. I don't know. He said he wasn't training on here. He came on the live stream and said he wasn't training, and he keeps getting tattoos. So, I don't know what's going on. I'm just a bystander. Yeah, got a couple birthdays. John Thomas, you guys know, one of the. What's up, Asm? What's going on? John Thomas, one of the best creators on YouTube. Birthday today, and also your sister birthday. Okay, happy birthday, sis. His sister Patrick T's sister's birthday, and also big cousin Rob, his birthday is today. And a couple other people too. Alex, you guys know Alex Winling. She says it's sad. It's a sad thing when a lad can't keep his word. Yet CJI official is still going to deliver. So Gable Steveson out. Very interesting timing to get an MMA offer from a recent playful rival, UFC feeder promotion. LFA, is that what he got signed to? So he said his turf toe going to be healed by next week. It just won't be healed in time for CJI. Azam says Fion showed up at my gym. We trained together. Awesome. I know you got crushed. They say, could Gable have pulled out because of his MMA fight that he just signed to do, which just happens to be for a UFC feeder, LFA? Could the UFC told him he needs to cancel? That's possible. He signed that contract. I keep warning you guys about that contract. It says pulling out for turf toe is pretty pathetic. Also weird considering how soon his MMA fight is. Don't worry, guys. He's going to get some stem cells and put that in his toe. Gable's a lie. Alex sees it. I see it. Jiu-jitsu sees it. Are you jelly? Who, me? Oh, number. Am I jelly? A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. I had a chance to train with Fion, but I was too tired. I couldn't train with her. Now, do I regret that? Yeah. She probably remembers that, maybe. Who knows? It was like before ADCC. Like, ADCC is what? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You got to be there for Friday. It was like Wednesday. They're like, you want to roll? I'm like, no, I'm overtrained. I need to rest. trained hard for like 3 months. I wish I trained with her. I should have just, but I'm so overtrained. I know it was wonderful. I know. Were they playing Taylor Swift music? Was Taylor Swift music in the background? Says exposition fight versus contract with UFC. I don't like the decision, but I understand it. But I can understand it, and will call him Twinkle Toes Gable behind his back, but never to his face. It's the UFC feeder organization, some no-name MMA league. I would bet money Craig was paying homie more than his fight will. Gable might get a good little paycheck, you know. We don't know. I mean, we see it all the time. These guys will take a smaller contract just to be in the UFC. It was Marcus's playlist. Oh, is this in was this in Ireland or something? Oh, is it in Spain or UK? Didn't notice that it isn't an actual contract, but a scouting possibility. That makes it worse. Hopes and dreams of UFC contracts really aren't worth more than the fun of CGI Twinkle Toes. As much as I dislike Gable, it's objectively is worth more than the fun of CGI. He's failed at every venture he's taken post-college wrestling. Getting your knee ripped apart in an exhibition match before making your final attempt at success in MMA isn't worth it. Given his name, he likely only needs 1 to 2 dominant wins to get into the UFC. Just like I say, you're going to roll Grippo one day. Just go to Bodega. Mush Matcher, what's up? It says grappling matches don't matter to those guys. Yeah. In Dublin, East Coast. All right. I got to make it out there. John Thomas be going out to Dublin, Ireland sometimes. I haven't been to Ireland. Then she went to the sauna and cold plunge places. I was not invited. Only for the cool people. I'm sorry, bro. I probably wouldn't get invited either, though. Gable is an Olympic gold medalist and aspiring MMA fighter. Grappling is a game to them. That's true. Says my BJJ mental models inverted gear rash guards are delivering today. Sweet. Awesome. That's one of my best sponsors. BJJ mental models. Which reminds me, I got to work on a video for them. Still working on that. Says Bodega might have me banned there. Nah, bro. They're going to take your money. Now, you're going to have to listen to an ecological. You're going to have to sit in on an ecological class for sure. And you're probably going to have to subscribe to Kevon's Patreon, but it's all good. Let's see. Yeah, I'm hoping Gable has some success, man. He been all over the place. Says, LOL, a chance at UFC is more lucrative than being paid to grapple someone you can't beat in unfamiliar rules. Note that the WWE cut Gable. Not sure the UFC wants to touch him. WWE and UFC are owned by the same parent company. He has no mic skills. They were charming. I'm not going to say that. They were chanting some words at him. Apparently. I don't know. I haven't watched since I was in the 5th grade. Back when it was real. Mushmaster could tell us about, some of this pro wrestling stuff. They started to fake it when I quit watching. And also they took Greg Hardy and let him have a few fights. They don't care about WWE not wanting Gable. He will bring the niche amateur wrestling fans in. That's weak, man. Stand by your word. It's lame without a doubt, but man, I messed a toe or two up before and I could barely walk. Let alone imagine someone getting a hold of that. I'm not condoning him or his actions, just playing little devil's advocate. So not much we can say. Gable's out. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I can't say anything. Gable had no charisma in wrestling. Unfortunately, it is a skill set. He didn't really develop it. Some people can develop it, but I just guess he couldn't. And same thing in the UFC. If you got no charisma in the UFC, you're not gonna make no real money. You can't sell no fight. you can't play your role. I mean, yeah. Worst case, it doesn't work out in the UFC, and he goes back to wrestling. He needs to just stay in wrestling, man. To be honest, even guys like John Jones, DC, they could talk. Even sorry guys. even the guys in Dagestan, they can, brother, they be roasting you. English, they second or third language, and they be roasting you. DC, you eat too much, brother. What? They can't even speak. They can't even speak English. And, charisma, I think it's also how you carry yourself. Gable, I don't know. Yeah, Gable. I mean, Bo ain't got charisma either, though. Bo Nickel ain't got charisma. You want to see him fight so he can lose, though. I'm trying to think of some wrestlers with good charisma. Romero Soldier God. Yeah, personality. You gotta have some Gable ain't got no personality, man. I feel like Starachi gonna have the same issues. He ain't got no what charisma Starachi got? Now he be doing some messed up stuff, allegedly. Says my foot gets a dedicated wrap due to having a bad pinky toe. Pretty sure I broke it a few times. Can't get surgery or anything done, so turn your whole foot swelling up. So in turn I get the whole foot swelling up. Bro could have had 2 Olympic gold medals by now. Yeah. Well, WWE got him. Well, he should have he just should have stayed out of WWE, because that's the reason he couldn't do the last Olympic trials. Yeah, he could have had 2 Olympic gold medals. I hope he does the next Olympics, 2028. He's still young. However, for something like CJI, just tape that thing up, take anti-inflammatories, and just get that payday. Yeah. I mean, some of us couldn't afford to miss CJI. We had to go out there with a broken knee, broken shoulder, and hope to make that get your funds. Mushmaster says Islam low key the funniest dude in the UFC. So how is it that people can't even speak English more charismatic than you, Gable Steveson? Brother. I'm a better wrestler. They be talking to Daniel Cormier. They be roasting Cormier. Cormier, you got to be able to give and take, Gable, you roast Gable a little bit. That's it. He ain't got no comeback. Yeah, if you get angry too fast, Roger Jackson, you get too angry too fast, you can't be doing no pro wrestling. It's a give and take. It's the banter is the combat. If you can't combat with your words and your jokes, you shouldn't be on the UFC or WWE or anything. Nah, he's done. He can't take that much time off. Who? Gable. He might. Well, he came back. He only lost the NCAA finals, unfortunately. He's still good. He too talented. he got too many options. That's his problem. He can wrestle. He can almost play football. Almost did WWE. I think the Rogers situation was a work. We're gonna take a good look at it, but I mean, you know more about that world than me, so I thought it was fake the whole time. It's possible they're setting something up. I have no idea. So much stuff that goes on behind the scenes. We really don't know. We got a little bit of flow grappling. They do their little thing. I like flow grappling, but they do their little thing where they talk about the news of jiu-jitsu once a week. But this thing be evolving every day. Sometimes I'm talking on the live stream and oh shoot, so and so did this, so and so did that. So it's really, you got to really just stay up to date. Marley, what's going on? Happy Magic Monday, says Josiah. I'm concerned for you, bro. These poems and videos are not healthy.
The Grappling Bulletin, trying to get
Josiah, if you need help, man, reach out, brother.
Everybody caught up on everything going on in the world of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. There's breaking news from over the night. The CJI 2 super fight is off. Olympic champion Gable Steveson has had to withdraw from the planned match with Craig Jones with a case of turf toe. Jones is currently looking for a replacement match for the event, but that match is off. It's still an enormous week for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with Masters World Jiu-Jitsu Con and CJI 2 all going down in Las Vegas this weekend. It's going to be a huge tournament. We have schedules, we have brackets, we have a ton of information in the Grappling bulletin, so make sure you head over to the link in bio to check that out. One thing I want to shout out from the IBJJF's Jiu-Jitsu Con, which is going to be the biggest Jiu-Jitsu Con of all time, by the way, is an incredible seminar circuit with over half a dozen Hall of Famers, over a dozen world champions, bunch of legends, bunch of stars of the sport. Make sure you check that out. We have more information about that in the link in the bio. A few other things I want to shout out. We talk about this more in the newsletter as well, but PGF wrapped up their regular season. It is Team Dahlimer walking away with the team championships. Congratulations to all those guys. The top 8 individual grapplers have all qualified for the individual championship that's going on in just a few weeks. Jet Thompson leads the pack there. Congratulations to Jet, #1 seed. For BJJ Stars, Julio Aranches of Vision BJJ qualified for that 70 kilo Grand Prix. It's going to be going down at BJJ Stars 17. And the ADCC trials in 2026 are going to be returning to Rio de Janeiro for the first time since 2017. That's going to be an awesome, awesome tournament. More information about that in the newsletter. That's just some of the information that we have in there. We also have a full schedule of events. We also have a bunch of really cool videos that I think grappling fans may enjoy. Make sure you take a look. What's going on, everybody? I'm Joe Gilpin. It is August 20th.
A lot of stuff going on. Is anybody watching PGF? I don't have time. I'm already stretched out time wise or in energy wise. I have not kept up with it. You guys gotta let me know what's going on. I think the idea is okay. You know, IBJF does something similar to this where they talk about the updates. I think it's got to be more accessible though, because on Instagram, you know, you don't see things pop up sometimes. And then nobody really wants to go to flowgrappling.com and look this information up. So they got to make it more accessible. Maybe Twitter or X or YouTube or something. I don't know how they can get the information out. But a lot of stuff going on, CJI and Masters Worlds this weekend, so we're going to be packed. I'm going to see if I can get some people on this live stream. We'll see. I don't know who. We'll get some other people hanging out, you know. A lot of stuff going on, bro. I just try to keep up. We got a little video, Pat Downey versus, I hope I don't get hit with no copyright or anything. Let's see. Let's watch a little bit of Pat Downey versus 2021 Aaron Brooks. You guys know Pat Downey gonna be at CGI.
Russian tie up or at least control the elbow. Nice little snap down by Brooks. Oh, nice little go behind by Downey, and he capitalizes and gets 2. Another 2.
I'm gonna stop right there. I know I'm gonna. Is that Peacock? Oh yeah, Peacock for sure. Peacock for sure gonna get me. Let me go ahead and stop that video. Peacock, you know Peacock. They stream the. Did they stream the Olympics and the trials and stuff? They gonna for sure get me. Let me stop that. I forgot about. They don't play. The major networks, they don't play. We got Mr. Alex again. What she got to say?
Watching live and free from home, make sure to send the schedule breakdown to a fellow jiu-jitsu nerd. At this time next week, we're going to be finding out which 2 teams locked in their spot for the $1 million team prize, and also awaiting which woman is going to be going home with the highest paying cash prize in women's jiu-jitsu. Doors open at 4 p.m. at Thomas & Mack Arena for day 1 of the action, and the pre-show will start at 5:30. The official show will start at 6 p.m. where we'll have 4 back-to-back quintet-style team matchups before heading in to the semi-final matches for the women's bracket. The inaugural CJI couldn't have gone any better, but I think we can all agree that over 10 hours of jiu-jitsu is a lot, even for the nerdiest of nerds. So we have just the right duration of entertainment for you guys, and we'll be closing out the post-show at around 11:30 so that you guys can go home or stay out, because we're in Las Vegas and you don't have to be back for day 2 until 4 p.m. when doors open at Thomas & Mack Arena for day 2. Pre-show will begin at 4:30 and the event starts at 5 p.m. where we'll have back-to-back quintet semi-final team matchups before we find out which woman goes home with the highest women's payout the sport of jiu-jitsu has ever seen sponsored by the B Team's credit card. And then, of course, after the women's finale, we are going to get that Craig Jones main event, also with Riff Raff.
My main goal is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody.
And after Riff Raff puts on the performance of a lifetime in the Thomas and Mack Arena, we're going to find out which team will proclaim themselves as the best in the world and go home with that $1 million grand prize. It's looking like the team finale for CJI 2 will start a little bit after 8 p.m. We'll wrap up and have a post show at around 9:15 and then enjoy our Sunday night here in Las Vegas.
All right, I'm going to be suffering that weekend. My game plan is to go to Masters Worlds, pop in at least one day. I think it still goes on Saturday. We'll see. Pop in, at least see what's going on over there. Then pop over to the venue for the CJI. And what I might do, I'm thinking about it. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but I'm thinking about live streaming afterwards. I'm thinking about, instead of live streaming, during the day, because I'm going to be busy, maybe live stream at night. And we'll see if that works out. I know I'm going to be tired. Won't get home till 11. Live stream 12, 1, 2. If I could live stream for like 2 hours, that might be okay. So we'll see. We'll see. That's gonna be rough though. Yeah, that's gonna be rough. So yeah, I'm doing this for you guys and for myself though. Enjoy it. Yeah, Mr. Marley and Josiah going at it again. Marley, happy to have you back, Marley. Marley had a little vacation. We got Mr. Cobrinha Jr.
in Malta. I'm very honored to be part again the annual camp in Malta alongside of Aden and Professor Cobrinha. And stay tuned, okay, to check it out, everything we're gonna be doing in the camp. See you guys there. Oops. Let's take a look.
What's Kennedy doing?
So we have 10 boiled eggs. More than 10, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11? Yeah, 11. Our breakfast made by our guest. Show our guest there. The chef.
The chef, Cobrinha.
Boiled eggs with some avocado, and we have some toasts. There you have. You have your protein. You have your carbs.
That's what you gotta eat if you want to be a champion, guys.
Good. Very good.
That don't look good at all.
Of fat to give what? Energy, because we need energy.
Kennedy, is that your dad taught you to cook like that, Kennedy?
Come on. We are at Baluta's Bay.
You know they're gonna be working out at the beach. Everybody ripped up.
This was a Kenan idea. Walk, just to exercise, and not to pay $5 to the Uber. Let's go.
It's crazy. Some people didn't realize that Kennedy was Cobrinha's son. You know, why would Cobrinha be around this kid if that wasn't his son? Sounds like a fun grind. Yeah, we're going to be grinding. It'll be fun. If you go to the convention center, check out Tacos El Gordo down the street. All right, I might check that out. The food looks good. Nah, that eggs mashed with the avocado didn't look too good to me. But you know, if you want to be ripped up, we talked a little bit about Roger Jackson. Mushmaster said it was a work, so I don't really know what to believe. We're gonna look at a couple clips in chronological order, I believe, and then I'll leave it up to you guys to decide. So I think this is the first video. Let's see.
I should be worried about Psycho Stew.
Psycho Stew?
What, you don't know me?
Hell no. Yeah.
Hey, hey, I think that's a little. Oh, you don't sell it? Easy. He's not a fucking worker, bro. Calm down.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
You're good.
What the fuck was that?
You don't sell it?
No,
he's not a fucking worker, bro.
What the fuck was that? Hold on. I don't play that shit, bro.
Oh, sorry about that.
I will fuck him
we're
up,
good.
bro.
I know you will.
No.
We're good.
I will fuck him up, bro.
I know you will.
I don't play that shit.
Sorry about that.
Nah, I will fuck him up.
That's like be worried about cyclists.
I mean, there's more video footage alluding to it possibly being staged and got out of hand. We don't really know. Again, you gotta be able to work with this kind of stuff. Well, I mean, I don't want nobody putting their hands on me either. Danny Chop says I don't think that was a work. Rampage Sun beat the brakes out of him. Yeah. It's acting. A lot of it, you got to be able to act through it. Oh, he hit me with this. All right, man. You know, where's the Marsh Master at? He know better than me. I think that was the first one. I think this is the second one.
Hello?
Hey, where the hell are you at? I told you to double leg that motherfucker and start welding. I just saw the video.
Shit pissed me off though, Andre.
I understand that. But
Yeah, it sounds fake.
Can't wake the nigga up. He's fucking in the ring, fucking flatline, bro.
Oh, I'm out of order in this video.
My
You
bad.
didn't have to do all that shit. I understand y'all had heat. You didn't have to fucking take it there.
I'll call you back later.
Nah, you get in trouble. Nobody calling you. Hey, yo, what was that? The police would already be there. Got the ringtone and the camera on them. Nah, that ain't real. Wait. It's all out of order. Wait. Is that right? Yeah.
Hey, you gotta stop this shit, man.
Oh, my ears. Yeah, that looks staged. That looks staged.
It was really bad? That's what Chad was saying. This sound was bad.
Let me go back to it in a second.
I hope it was staged. I hope it's staged because sometimes people do hardcore. Some people do hardcore pro wrestling. Paying for it?
Let's watch one more time. There was another video I was looking for. Yeah, it gotta be fake. Yeah. Yeah, it gotta be staged.
Hey, you gotta stop this shit, man. Stop this shit, man.
People do believe anything nowadays.
Run in on his shit, you fucking give him his receipt. You remember what a receipt is? Give him that fucking receipt, bro. Tag his shit. If you got a fucking problem with it, I'll fucking run out there. Tag his shit, bro. run in on his shit, you fucking give him his receipt. You remember what a receipt is? Give him that fucking receipt, bro. Tag his shit. If you got a fucking problem with it, I'll fucking run out there. Tag his shit, bro.
Much Master know more about that than we do. Excuse me. Bro, that Chief Keef got him. I can't play that. Yeah, I don't know.
Little bitch and fucking bit me.
Don't play Hulk Hogan song on me, bro. Get me copyright struck.
Real shit. One of them little bitch and fucking bit me.
Looks like he's doing a little bit better than Gable Steveson. Gable Steveson couldn't hold nothing. They still kept going? Wait a second. They just kept going? What?
I'm really going to hit him. I'm telling you. I'm dead serious. This shit's not going to be scripted. I'm telling you. I know all wrestling is script. I'm talking about what I'm going to do to the guy. I'm really going to hit him. I'm telling you. I'm dead serious. This shit's not going to be scripted. I'm telling you. I know all wrestling is script. I'm talking about what I'm going to do to the guy. I'm really going. It just pissed me off. And shit pissed me off. And I'm gonna have to get him back. They said I can go in the ring and get his ass. I don't even know what I'm gonna do to him. Bro, my dad can't do shit. I'm gonna fake crash out. All right, bet. Bet. You about to see how fake of a crash out I am.
You heard what he said? Someone said to him, "You're a fake crash out." He said, "I'm a fake crash out." Bet. Again, you're gonna see the escalation.
It's always been my dream to fuck up a pro wrestler for real. So I get it today. Am I really gonna fight him? Yeah, I'm gonna punch his ass for real. But I don't believe in me getting disrespected too. I'm too nice. Bet. That shit was not staged. I'm telling you that right now. How many subs to knock him out? That's a good question. 50 subs to knock him out. If he hits me back for real, I don't give a fuck. I want him to. Y'all want me to teabag him? People think this shit's sweet. People think this shit's a fucking game. Hey, you're right, Joe. I gotta show some form of respect. Then they don't train no goddamn martial arts. I'm really going to hit him. I'm telling you. What should I do, chat? Should I pick him up? Should I slam him first or hit him? W, if I should slam him first, I'm not fucking around. You don't think I can do it, Miggy? Bet. My dad can't never call me a bitch. Fuck this dude. Oh, you think he's stronger than me? All right, Suave, watch. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Suave. I bet you wouldn't be talking like this if you was in front of me, nigga. Chat, watch what I do to him. Tony, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you, Tony.
A few moments later.
Hey, let me pull my pants up real fast to slam me.
Okay.
I don't know. What's going on with Gen Z? Chat this, chat that. I'm not gonna consult you guys before I do stuff. I'm gonna do it and then tell you guys what I did. But we live in a different time, you know. People streaming a lot of stuff. Hopefully that won't be me in a couple years or a couple months. I don't know if that was real or not. What these guys got to say?
This is John here. For you guys that don't know, John, we're both former MMA fighters. He's also an attorney.
I'm not your lawyer. MMA news. The first thing that comes to mind is dude's going to jail.
Sure.
Without question. someone is going to arrest him. I think you made a good point.
That sounds like jiu-jitsu. Says the biggest thing you don't want in pro wrestling is to have a partner you can't trust. That's jiu-jitsu too.
But first things first is you're probably going to go to jail. Now, I've seen talk about, is this murder? Is he going to catch a murder charge?
A murder.
He might catch a murder charge.
If the guy dies.
Yeah, I mean, if the guy dies, first of all, right?
These guys real lawyers.
No death, no homicide, no murder. But, assuming the guy lives, then, he probably catches some kind of criminal battery, felony battery charge. I could see an attempted murder charge if you have a really ambitious prosecutor on the case. Given, Rampage's sort of celebrity status, you never know, they might go after a little harder than normal. But either way, the video looks bad. From a legal perspective, it looks bad.
All right, those our internet lawyer said it looks bad. I'm not sure if it's a work. I'm not sure if it's true. We heard this one already.
Hello?
I mean, the whole streaming your crime don't really seem real.
I told you to double leg that motherfucker and start welding him. I just saw the video.
Shit pissed me off, though, Andre.
I understand that, but now they can't wake the nigga up. He's fucking in the ring, fucking flatline, bro.
My bad.
You didn't have to do all that shit. I understand y'all had heat. You didn't have to fucking take it very much.
I'll call you back later.
Let's go. Ready?
If you're really angry, you ain't answering your phone.
Let's go.
If you really angry and upset, you ain't answering your phone.
Hello?
Well, maybe Gen Z's different than me. Mushmaster said he ain't a good actor. None of these athletes, I don't know, no athletes outside of most athletes aren't good actors. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I thought it was fake from the start, but maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was fake the whole time, but Well, if you want clout, that's a fast way to get that clout, They said this is that's the fight. Oh. Bro, we're cutting the stream off immediately. Yeah, take the stream off. Take the stream off. I mean, if you're in some real trouble, you running. I'm running. Uh-oh, cut the stream. Let's go. Let's get out of here. I mean, real life, they wouldn't let you get out of there. The people wouldn't let you get out of there if you really hurt somebody. If you hurt one of their brothers, they wouldn't let you out of there. Them wrestlers would gang up on you. He needs to take acting lessons because that sucked. They gave evidence away if true, but kids are addicted to clout. Yeah, they be filming stuff, talking about it. There's a lot of kids that got caught. What was the one kid that made a song about his crime and then got arrested for doing the crime? Jason Whitfield, what's going on, Jason Whitfield? He says, if you watch the real video, he was really hitting him. I know pro wrestling, this was not a work. Let's watch one more time.
You!
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was my ears hurt. Oh my god. I mean, wrestlers got to be able to break fall for real. I think it's work. We wouldn't let the dude out yeah, they wouldn't let you out that ring. Yeah. The slam literally knocks him out. If can we watch Rampage Jackson actually knock somebody out? Like, can we watch that out? Because, if Rampage Jackson, I'm not saying Raja is Rampage, but, Watch a Rampage Jackson knockout. You know, you watch a Rampage Jackson knockout, you're like, well, that guy's definitely hurting. I don't know which one this got me on. Let me move it over a little bit. If you guys joining us, happy Magic Monday, Match Side Monday. Go get some training in for me. Ooh, we're gonna watch that. Let's watch that match too. That's a good match. We ain't gonna watch it right now though. What is the name of that? Where's the audio at?
That may be the hardest anybody's ever been hit in this sport.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Because look at the amount of travel that he does.
Yeah.
Bro, you got him like 12 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Look at that. And he goes straight, and you were powerful as fuck back then.
Yeah.
And all the speed
That's a
and
real
force
knockout.
you're generating.
Look at those
oh my
punches.
God. And then you hit his head. He's over the top of your head. That's so much force.
Yeah,
that may be the
That's a real punches to the head, you know. That's a real Rampage Jackson punch to the head. What Chael Sonnen got to say? Let's listen to him real fast.
Raja Jackson. Now, let me just start out with a disclosure to you all that I know this young man, and I like him a lot. I don't just know him to be level-headed and calm. I know him to be quite polite. Now, I want to preface that because I don't think that will interfere with my ability to tell you what happened here, but this is a wildly complicated situation. So let's start with what you saw. You saw Raja get in the ring as part of a wrestling angle that was scripted and planned. You see Raja come in with his wits about him, waits for the right moment, picks up a double leg, just as it was planned. And he's doing this with Psycho Stu, and Psycho Stu is letting it play perfectly. Raja then turns him around so that when he brings him down, it's right in the center of the ring, which appears to be very clearly what they agreed and had planned to do. Now, the landing is not great. When Raja brings Psycho Stu down, it's not great. And Stu lands in a way and he hits the back of his head. And he
Jason Winfield says, what day are you leaving for Vegas? I'll be there on Friday. And are you going to do a live stream recap of CGI? So real quick, I don't know if I can play all this video anyway. I probably shouldn't. Let me stop. Got to train myself not to play some people's videos because copyright strike. I'm trying to, so I get there Friday, probably relax. I think I'll live stream on Friday, regular style. Leave. I get there Friday night. And then Saturday, stop in Jiu-Jitsu Con, then go to CJI, and get out late, probably 11 or 12. And then I'm gonna try to stream for maybe an hour or two. During the nighttime. We'll see how that works. So yeah, recap of CGI and also of Jiu-Jitsu Con. So that's my game plan, you know, live stream at least Saturday and Sunday. I'm gonna push through somehow. Maybe skip Monday. I'm not sure if I'll stream Monday, but I think I'll definitely do Saturday and Sunday. I think that'll definitely be worth it. You know, what's the point of going out there if I'm not live streaming? So we'll see. that's the game plan. I should be recapping everything that happens and keep you guys updated. I'm not really ready for this match just yet. So yeah, I don't know if it was a work or not. We watched it a couple times. We'll watch it one more time. Turn down a little.
You!
Yeah, that's a work. Excuse me, guys. Still about 3 weeks, still coughing. You know, stuff like this is a great way, especially in this era, streaming era, social media era, to get some clout and to build your awareness. You know, people didn't know who Raja Jackson was till today, but they know who he is now. And you know, he's got the bad boy image. You know, he can use that a lot. You know, when you're a good dude, you ain't gonna get all that attention like this. You know, it's hard for a good dude to get all the attention. You got to go out there and make yourself the villain. And that's because people like when you do bad stuff more than when you do good stuff. And now, if he was going to the homeless shelter feeding the homeless, nobody would care. But if he slams the dude and, you know, punches him afterwards, oh, who's that guy? Oh, that's Rampage Jackson's son. Oh, he gonna be on streams. He gonna be on broadcasts. He gonna be on MMA cards. So a lot of doors open. And that's just how it goes nowadays. This is the marketing angle. All right, let me get out of there. We got Miss Alex. What's going on, Alex? Hopefully I get to meet her one day. Alex, she looked like she tired too. Everybody tired. I'm tired, and I'm not. I don't have no major events. I'm not covering no major events like these people are. Or, you know, it's tough. Let's listen to what she got to say.
Gun, so you're looking at this Shih Tzu as a protector instead. As you can probably tell, he is very athletic, speedy, and intimidating. Apparently, the longer you wait to buy, the less expensive they will be. And I can already tell by the way he's manhandling this ponytail and fanny pack flap, he is ready to be a guard dog. His name is currently Steve the Shih Tzu, but if you guys have any better ideas, let me know. When you're moving to Texas, but you're scared of guns, so you're looking at this Shih Tzu.
All right, Alex, good luck. She's moving to Texas. I don't know if she's gonna be a B team. Where, you know, just watch out for J-Rod, Alex. That's all I got to say. Watch out for J-Rod. Don't let him look at your feet. Yeah, don't let him look at your feet. She might. Is she going to Kingsway or CJ or 10th Planet? Where's she going, guys? Do you guys know? Says you looking for a roomie because DM to avoid the creeps. Good luck to her as she goes to Texas. We got the girlies. You know, the girlies be out here dancing. I respect it. I know you guys are fans of all those ladies right there. I know you guys are fans of all. I'm a fan of all these ladies too, respectfully. Chill. Austin is very expensive. Very expensive. You ain't gotta tell me that. I ain't moving to Texas. I've been to Austin one time. That was good enough. That was it. Actually, I've been to Texas a couple times, but I've been to Austin once. I was good after that. After that, that one time was good. I don't need to see nothing else over there. Can you guys see that? I think I like the other one. Adele can dance. Listen, bro, we'll take anything over here. Whatever little dance steps you got, we'll take it. You know, the better you are dancing, the better your guard passing. Jason Whitfield says, Alex goes to 10th Planet, Austin. I saw videos of her training there. No creep. No creep. Yeah, make sure you put no creep after everything you guys say about these ladies. 10 Planet's a good place. You know, there's no J-Rod over there, so she should be safe. They do got my Jamaican brother over there, my Jamaican cousin over there. I don't know if I trust them, though. What's the Jamaican dude over there that being all up in all the videos? They got my cousin. She got to watch. Alice, watch out for that Jamaican brother over there, though. Watch out for him. We got Mr. Gordon Ryan over here. No J-Rod. J-Rod, bro. We got Mr. Gordon Ryan over here, and I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you guys. As far as I can zoom in. Well, he's got the Moneyberg on his new truck. Got the Moneyberg logo next to the Joe Rogan logo. So, I don't know how much those guys are paying him. They're probably paying for the dojo, paying the dojo rent. Yeah, I mean, I can't hate too much. You know, they pay him. Some of you guys would love to have a truck like that. Gordon Ryan says, very happy to announce that I have a new partnership with Covert Buick GM Bee Cave. Okay. They have some of the coolest and most custom inventory I have ever seen at a dealership before. They also got me hooked up with this insane rap who absolutely killed the design on this thing. Could not be happier with the 6 on this Denali Ultimate. Okay. My man got all these sponsors on there. You know, I can't hate too much. That's a nice truck, you know. I wish I had a cool truck like that too. Now, to fill that tank up, you're gonna have to do. That's why Gordon got to do so many private lessons, charging $1,000 to keep that tank filled up. Let's see. That looks BJJ Fanatics on there, Kingsway. Well, I guess you know, Gordon can't go. He can't go incognito because everybody gonna know that's his truck. You know that thing burns some gas. Probably got you think it's got a 32 gallon tank or something? 50 gallon tank? Yeah, I think my man just wasted money over here. He didn't need all. He ain't, what is he gonna be hauling? You guys think Gordon Ryan gonna be hauling anything in this lifted up truck? He ain't gonna be. That truck ain't gonna be used for work at all. BJ Fanatics, Kingsway. BJ Fanatics, the best people on there. Where's the sandal? He took the sandal sponsorship off. Remember the sandals he got in trouble with? Derek Moneyberg. Why is Moneyberg on there? That's terrible. Optimus Prime, yeah. Why is Moneyberg and Joe Rogan? Why he put them people on his car? He might as well get the tattoo. Fuji. Yo, Fuji in there. Fuji. All right, Fuji. Yeah, BJ Fanatics and Fuji, the only thing I actually like on there. That's on the hood of the car? No. He put that on the hood of the car? Dang, that. Why he ruin his car like that? Well, I guess it's just a wrap. Covert Bee Cave? What is that? I don't know, man. You guys like. Where's Jason Whitfield at? He likes Gordon Ryan. Any comments? Anybody comment on this monstrosity? Let me see. Nobody commented? Oh, they did. He says he got the Moneyberg logo. Let me go ahead and like that. Can you guys see that? Yeah, right there. He got the. Oh, you guys can't really see it. Let me scoot over. Moneyberg logo. Gordon, I guess he's supports Moneyberg. He says, you sound like an expert. That's how he got his black belt. Maybe he is, and you confirmed it. When are the branded rash guards dropping? You gotta wear. What if you go to Kingsway and you gotta wear the Moneyberg rash guard? It says, all the time you waste on the internet, you could have shot rolling footage. You may think this is crazy, but people who do jiu-jitsu roll for free because they enjoy it. Unless you are desperately trying to hide your skills, you're not gonna respond to that. Rebuttal's looking like that trial class guy level footlock dog. Trial class is a bit over his head. Brendan Schaub says, fire, fire, fire. You see the Moneyberg logo, not the Moneyberg logo. That's all everybody's focusing on. Covert B Cave is a Cadillac car deal. Oh, okay. I thought it was some honey or something. I don't know what it is. Cool truck. Not gonna lie, I'm waiting for the trolls to show up and get roasted. It's like you're the GOAT of two sports. What a meat rider. Already many responses. This is seriously the easiest rage bait profile. Must be your first time on Gordon's page. Is it Moneyberg logo? Here's Gordon Ryan. I've been friends with Derek for years. I put his logo on all my stuff just because we are friends, and he gives me money. Danny Chopper says, I want to say some things in regard to Moneyberg logo, but I'm going to keep the chat as PG as possible. But seeing that makes it hard. It makes it hard. Yeah, thank God for putting the pause there. I was going to have to put the pause there for you to not comment something disrespectful. Go ahead and do it on his stuff, not on me. Don't do it on my chat. Do it on his Instagram. How much has he paid you over those years? How much has he paid you over those years? There are just as many YouTube videos of me stating things that are blatantly made up. He's always been solid to me. Fun fact, I've never asked him for a dime. He's still giving you money. I became friends with him because he was a friend of Jake. Guys, just because you're friends with somebody doesn't mean you got to be friends with that person. I'm tired. Use some discernment, people. Use your brain cells. You don't got to be friends with these people if you don't want to be. Became is the name of a road in Texas. Okay, in Austin, Texas. Okay. Friends with Jake, who begged him for dimes. I'm sure you wouldn't believe that I was the only athlete to not ask Mo Jassam and ADCC for more money either. I don't care about the money. How is that possible, Gordon? I know you trying to get as much money as possible. Says, well, that completely opposite to everything you said and posted for the last half decade. But sure, go off about how you don't care about money. I'm sure someone will compile it for a comparison to your previous stances and takes. You didn't answer the question. He asked how much he paid you, not how much you asked for. These guys get a lot more money than me, so they probably, I don't know what they did for that money though. They gotta smell this. Yeah, they gotta smell Monkey Berg's socks for that money. I ain't gonna smell no dude's socks for that money. I'm sorry. Why wouldn't you ask ADCC for more money unless they offered more than the win money on top? Everyone knows your worth, so it would be fair to get paid your worth from the organization that's benefiting you. I'm saddened to see this, especially from Gordon Ryan. No way you vouch for this guy's black belt. Apparently everyone has a price. Gordon has literally blasted legit world champion black belts that got beat by Cole Abate when he was a blue belt, saying they don't deserve their black belts because a blue belt beat them. But suddenly he vouches for this guy that probably couldn't armbar a new white belt. I think it's more to do with the actual logo itself and not that you have it on the truck, i.e. the full head of luscious hair and rock solid jawline. Moneyberg's logo is lame. Thank you for including me on your beautiful new Kingsway ride. I appreciate your friendship and lessons. Excited to come visit in person very soon. Not during class though, during the private lesson. I'm bringing my black socks for haters to sniff and worship and otherwise strangely obsess over. Them socks stinky. Post a rolling vid with someone you're not paying. Offered to set up a match. Craig Jones offered to set up a match for you with one of his blue belts. Rolling footage would be ideal. The memes would be priceless. Says, hi, Derek. Allow me, please. Why is everybody hating on this man? He's no different than anybody else. You'll pay your membership every month. He paid them up front for the highest quality teachers that you could possibly get because he can afford it. Don't hate because you can't. Why aren't we comparing him to an 80-year-old black belt who he would probably smash, but are comparing him to every other black belt that there is? So what if he paid Jake Gordon and whoever else? I paid for every private I ever took. And what does he have to gain from getting his black belt in 3.5 years? He does not compete. He doesn't put out jiu-jitsu content except for the players he has on his podcast. You all talk about him buying a black belt. Well, then you guys are all buying your black belts too. Every time you're paying your membership fee, your belt rank is your belt rank is subjective to the person who is giving it to you. So if Gordon Ryan or Jake Shields or any other high-ranking Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt thinks Derek is a black belt, then I think that's good enough. And in point, who cares? We do. The man put time and effort into this craft. Everyone does. I thought jiu-jitsu players were a community, and I swear there's more drama than the sophomore class in high school. But be happy for him and work harder. He's never going to post a video of him rolling because it's simple. He'd get smashed. Well said. That sounds like somebody paid off. Wait until these sad and lonely individuals find out I also pay tuition at the University of Chicago, where I earned my MBA. Also paid my strength training coaches, which is why I can lift more than 99.8% of the young men hating. I've learned that martial arts is the same as any other community. We're trying to keep you out of this community. A few people at the top are very brilliant, hardworking, and honorable individuals. Oh, here we go again. Another 19% make a sincere effort and are genuinely good people, and a good 80% are just fumbling around with no real goals and no real plan. That's every group of humans. I know you won't, and that's why, as a community, we need to continuously ask for it. I own a gym, and it's only for my private use. I could wear anything I want. I can wear my socks whenever I want, at any hour I want, and have any temperature or music I want. I don't have the same limitations as you. Now go to your job and do what you're told, so they don't raise my taxes higher to give you more welfare. Dang. That's who Gordon be hanging out with. So when Jason Whitfield be defending Jason Whitfield, can you defend Gordon Ryan now that he supports Moneyberg like this? He says, bro, I'm at work soldering electronics all day. That Moneyberg sounds good. It's all good until you guys sniff his socks. You gonna sniff his socks? He asked me yesterday to do a match with him personally. First time we ever had a conversation. He gave you so much money that you had to put his logo on your car. What's the difference between you and a billboard at this point? It's official. Gordon's giving Moneyberg his coral belt soon. The Moneyberg logo is embarrassing. As someone who's invested so much and won so many titles, etc., how do you feel okay promoting someone that isn't a legit black belt and bought their belt? Moneyberg logo. Look, we all know you get a lot of hate, some justified, some for laughs, but the Derek Moneyberg logo is indefensible. Jason Whitfield, where are you at to defend this? Defend this. Moneyberg logo looking down on the JRE logo. Is that true? Why did he put Moneyberg over? He put Moneyberg over Joe Rogan. Yeah, he put the Moneyberg over Joe Rogan. That's terrible. He gave more money than Joe. That's why. Wait 2 weeks before he's bashing them and asking followers to slander the business. Moneyberg on the truck. It's just sad. All you guys sold out to the slime ball, to that slime ball. And to see his logo anywhere on your truck really makes me wonder about you. What are you doing on my feed? So are you retired for good, or will we see you have a match anytime soon? He's got the money troll. Money troll. I haven't heard that one before. Money troll logo. Also, a Moneyberg logo on the branded vehicle that advertises your BJJ school is basically saying, hey, our integrity can be bought. I mean, they got all the sponsors over there at their gym. is probably bad for business, since the whole BJJ world associates him with a scam. In this day and age, I'd hate to be suspected of being where Derek trains. Moneyberg thing is a joke. Says one thing I've always thought, regardless of whether I think you're right or wrong, you seem like a man of sound integrity. To Gordon Ryan? All right, bro, listen. Especially when it comes to jiu-jitsu. So why have you sold out to Moneyberg? You're the first one to point out bad technique when it comes to grappling. What's the sudden change? That money. Money changed people. As with all the airtight business contracts, I sure hope you shook on this one. Sell out, Moneyberg logo. Come on, dude. Moneyberg, he's going to be paying you a crazy amount. You're a smart dude. I don't get it. The Moneyberg logo is hilarious. Derek Moneybags, Moneyberg, though. Having trained with Derek Moneyberg, do you consider him to be a legitimate black belt? Genuinely curious. Moneyberg next to JRE was a move. Not only is he next to JRE, he's above. Oh, you guys can't see. He's above JRE. Can you guys see that? Moneyberg gave more sponsorship money. It says Moneyberg. This is out of control now. Whole world sees it, but you guys. Is that Derek Moneyberg logo on that vehicle? Money boobs. Money boobs. Where's the toe hold? I guess that wasn't it the flip flop? Gonna have it falling out like the toe hold company. Anyone else like, oh great, another partnership that Gordon is gonna have a beef with in about 3 months. No disrespect to any other jiu-jitsu schools, but Kingsway has been hands down best experience ever. Top of the line everything. Even the shower soap dispenser has the best smelling soap and shampoo. I met and learned from Gordon, Luke, Helena, John, Wagner, Hosha the first 2 days there. Everyone was super cool and helpful. Everything I had hoped for. The GMC is always better looking than a Chevy. All right. I like Honda and Toyota trucks. Maybe Nissan. I'm not sure. Says these comments are insane with the amount of hate Gordon is getting for the Moneyberg logo. I've debated with Gordon countless times over the years while keeping the respect, and hating on him for supporting one of his friends is just unbecoming to say the least. What that friend is a scumbag. Loyalty and respect is something everyone here should take some serious notes on. Not much we can say. I mean, can't beat this to death any more than I already did. Moneyberg, bruv, you would be the best in the universe, and no one's going to let that slide. Integrity is everything. It was whispered about in Rio, but never officially acknowledged. A private Gracie challenge away from cameras where the great Hodger Gracie accepted a match against the unlikely opponent, Derek Moneyberg. That didn't happen. All right. At least it's not $1,000 flip-flops. They were going to be on there, but it didn't work out. Yeah, Gordon doesn't have the best track record with his sponsorships. Toehold, Hypnotic, some of these other brands. I think he should have partnered with King's Kimono. We got Mr. Gordon Ryan. He's getting Mr. Craig Jones. Sorry, I think I associate them together. Gordon and Craig, they go together. Peas and rice or whatever people eat over there. It says, "Oh my God, Moneyberg sticker on the Gordon truck." Yeah. So we got Craig Jones again. He's getting another tattoo. Craig, how much? You got any more space left over, Craig?
Our next athlete is Pavel Zhabazhkovsky from Poland. There's honestly not a lot to say about him. He doesn't speak much. He just goes out there, competes, breaks legs, has terrible fashion sense, but honestly, there's going to be a few injuries in this tournament because if there's anything I know about Polish people, they make terrible training partners. But Pavel, representing Team Europe, hopefully he breaks that absolute treacherous bastard Faris's leg in the training camp, but expect big things from him.
Whose tattoo is he getting? Whose tattoo is that? I couldn't see. Craig Jones selling the underwear. Gotta make that money somehow, Craig. Craig says, this kid is a dark horse, one of the few with the potential to run an entire team. Y'all better be throwing out signed undies instead of t-shirts to the fans. Someone said, why does he have the BT tat? We all know why. Let's jump over. You guys want to watch a match? Yeah, let's watch a match. We got PJ Barch versus Mateusz Szynski. Let's watch some jiu-jitsu. Give me a little break from talking. Although I will talk over a little bit.
Day today.
ADCC is ADCC, man. So many crazy stuff happening here. I love it. I love it.
Another 10th planet fighter, PJ Barch. 4th place in 2022.
Is that ringworm or whatever in the back of his head?
PJ Barch representing the United States. He has a red anklet on. Mateusz Szynski from Poland.
Was it absolute match or weight class
right now,
match?
Playing guard. Szynski, a lot of faith in his guard.
Yeah, Szynski is a master of the guard retention there, so he's gonna play very cool there. And PJ Barch, on the other hand, also has a good guard himself, but likes to be on top, likes to put pressure, and is gonna work on that
half guard
pass if Szynski allows him, because his half guard is nasty.
Toy bar.
Speaking of nasty armbar, Gary Tonin in the opening round. Szynski, amazing performance there.
Exactly.
And you beat a veteran like that, man. What does it do for your confidence in this quarterfinal round, man?
You can only believe that it's your day. It's probably like, okay, I just beat Gary Tonin. Who's next?
Szynski should have joined the European team.
Ready for any game.
He's not on the European team? Yeah, he's not. What, 77? Who's at 77 over there?
ADCC veteran. Previous wins, but has yet to medal at ADCC. And as you said, you start going, hey, this is my year to get on the podium. Yep.
Exactly. I mean, it's tough. You only have so many athletes that could medal in their debut. It's not an easy task, you know that. And Szynski, I mean, he has what it takes to get there for sure. But in PJ Barch, he has a guy that the last ADCC literally beat JT Torres. So it's a tough call. I think that PJ Barch, if he plays top for the next 3 minutes that we have without points and drag it to the points, Szynski, on the other hand, will try to sweep him and get the points out of him. So, because when he fought Gary Tonin, it was a war of leg intricacies and one shooting on the other, like possible submissions and all that stuff. And now it's a more tactical game. You know, it's more positional.
Maybe false reap entry.
Is more tactical. He's gonna be like, okay, let me get my points, let me get my advantage, let me work my way into the semifinals.
Trying to go for Kiss the Dragon,
rather
no
than
go.
start throwing submissions here and there.
Powell, oh. We gotta look up Powell. I don't really know him too much. Little false reap entry. That was pretty nice.
That we saw Gary Tonin.
Let's see that again. That was pretty nice.
Rolling through.
Let me get my points.
Really nice false entry.
Advantage. Let me work my way into the semifinals, rather than start throwing submissions here and there. Makes him very dangerous.
And these are part of the leg entanglements that we saw Gary Tonin. Szynski rolling through.
PJ Barch got good defense though.
Yeah, PJ Barch could get out of there. Yeah, just did. Yeah. The foot is still there though. Oh, let go.
It's in a good footlock position briefly.
Nope, unfortunately. Roberto is not a CGI. You never know. You never know.
And we learned in the last round against Gary Tonin. Take your eye off the ball for 1 second and it's over.
If you're an athlete, just show up because somebody might get injured or they need to. Blame Greg Solders for not putting Roberto in there. I mean, at 88, it made sense to have Roberto. They
Unlike
put
Sonnen in round
Elijah
number one,
Dorsey
Bart's
there.
Not really accepting this kind of back and forth leg entanglements.
Greg Souders. Greg Souders, what you doing, Greg Souders? Team Americas.
Yeah, he's always playing his base like really low and leaving his knees on the mat as soon as he can to avoid the leg intricacies, to avoid the leg attacks.
PJ Barch isn't really passing,
he's very
though.
conscious of the
kind of more defensive.
Shazinski trying to berimbolo, but
well, I mean, there's no points at this
PJ
point.
Barch is all he's gonna do is put his hip back, wait for him to make the roll, and go back to headquarter position.
We're gonna look up Powell later.
Totally
I think.
safe there.
40 seconds away from points. Battle of inches.
He was announced to be in it, and then they pulled.
From Poland versus
Who,
PJ
Roberto?
Barch from the United States.
Well, Greg Souders isn't in charge of that team.
Oh.
That was nice. Ooh, let me rerun. That was nice. So he keeps going for this. It's like a keymaster. Inverts. Looks for the armbar.
Oh.
And he's able to kind of fall back.
Once again, another leg
Tanahashi.
entanglement.
PJ,
In a footlock
good defense,
position. Great job from PJ Barch, rolling through it.
Nice ankle lock attack here. Put your foot on the mat.
No, PJ Barch said it's not.
Nah,
PJ Barch shaking his head.
What a
Looking
G.
for the heel hook.
Great cell game there.
Nice.
Ooh,
nice
strike.
defense.
No,
Yeah,
PJ
really
Barch said
crazy.
it's not.
PJ Barch
He's
shaking
tall
his
too.
head.
What a G.
He's looking for the
Great
heel.
cell game there.
Ooh,
How did he defend that? That was pretty nice.
no.
I think he's able to
PJ
slip
Barch
his
said it's
left
not.
leg out. Was he able to slip?
PJ
Yeah,
Barch
he slips the
shaking his
left leg
head.
What a
here.
G.
He's able to
Great
roll,
cell
roll,
game
roll,
there.
roll, roll.
Ooh.
Yeah, nice. Goes for his own attack.
Counter footlock from Barch.
No go.
Now we are in points, ladies and gentlemen.
He should have stayed on
It's like
bottom.
they say. You
I
attack
would have
my
stayed on
foot,
bottom
you forget
before
you
that
have one.
points came up.
My advice, don't play footsie.
Yeah.
Don't start that
Don't
kind
play
of game.
footsie. There you go.
Yep, don't play footsie.
I think most people,
Get out
ADCC
and
rules,
go for your attack.
just going to wait for overtime. That's the smartest thing to do. Just wait for overtime. And then either take someone down or win by
Krasinski's
decision.
guard so hard to pass. PJ Barch really hasn't come that close.
I don't think
Just
PJ
roll
really
through
tried,
if-
though.
If he scrambled a little bit. But no real commitment on the pass from PJ Barch.
Is PJ really a guard? Pat, I mean, it's hard to pass the guard in Gnogi. But it didn't seem like he was really trying. I mean, never really got chest to chest or knee cut, or maybe it's just me.
This is our quarterfinal match, 77 kilograms. Krasinski submitting Gary Tonin in overtime. The vicious armbar.
Roberto has definitely gained a lot of muscle since last year. I mean, ball kick. He's also
like
I
a
seen
little bit
Roberto
of
last
timeout.
month. No way he's making
Little groin
188.
shot.
He's like 225
Trying
solid.
to pass the guard.
Possibly. Well, maybe he could
It
do
happens
90.
to the best families.
Happens to the best of us and the worst of us.
Well, Paul Ardilla used to be he's 88. He has to be 88, right? Paul Ardilla used to be over 99, minus 99. Roberto's still
Bravo,
skinny though.
Richie Martinez in the corner of PJ Barch.
He did heavyweight
Of course,
at
the Elders,
Pans.
10th Planet.
Yeah, he could cut down to 88. He's not 225, bro. His dad is ready to compete again, and whose dad? This day's toughest coach I ever
It's
had.
almost like Krasinski has 4 sets
Roberto's
of hands.
dad?
The ability to use his legs and feet so well. Incredible dexterity.
Yeah, it's amazing how he plays easy. Like
Another
guard
inversion.
retention combined with
Kiss
like
the Dragon.
vicious attacks. They come out
Bolo.
of nowhere. He's
All right.
working the betting ball.
Nice. He should have been
PJ
wrestled up.
Barch trying to
Why
capitalize
didn't
on that
PJ?
when-
Why didn't PJ
when
push
he tries
right there?
to get the underhook.
Why didn't PJ push?
Now
He should have pushed harder to get that
It
pass.
come out of nowhere.
Right here?
He's
He
working
should
the
have
betting
pushed.
ball. And PJ Barch is trying to capitalize on that when
I don't
he
think
tries to
PJ's
get the
passing
underhook.
is really that good.
Krasinski's like, it's
Nah,
like
he's good on
waiting
top.
for that. He knows what the top guy can do when he does the berimbolo, so he anticipates the arm, doesn't allow it to get the underhook, and just like retains guard with ease.
Yeah, 2:33 left in regulation.
Nice attempt at the Choi bar, arm saddle, whatever you want to call it.
Like retains guard with ease.
Yeah, 2:33 left in regulation.
Shin kick out.
Shinsky now underneath the leg and get a sweep out of it.
Trying. Oh, here we go. Pass.
BJ Barch too solid for that.
And we're gonna have that situation again where probably they're gonna stand and start the
I don't know if jiu-jitsu will ever be super popular, guys. I love jiu-jitsu, but I don't know if it'll ever be super popular like wrestling or judo.
If they can't wrap it up, it's gonna be a curious one.
And Shashinsky, as we said, Gary Tonin submitted him in overtime. He's a dangerous guy in overtime.
Yeah, he keeps his cool, knows what's happening, is aware of his capabilities, and we'll just wait for that window of opportunity to like throw the attack.
Roberto. Owen Jones 66, Paul Jowski 77, Paul Ardilla 88. Yeah, Paul used to be heavier. He used to do minus 99. Charles Dengramonte 99. And then the Polish guy's name I can't say. These rules hold the sport back. I mean, every rule. I mean, just about every rule set. Are you talking about jiu-jitsu or wrestling? Or jiu-jitsu? Yeah.
20 left in regulation.
I think it's the fighters, really, man.
Matthias Shashinsky of Poland.
Nice entry there.
Wow, that's a cool attack.
Nice wrestle up.
Matthias
Falls free. He spins. He comes up.
Wow, that's a cool
he should have finished that.
Good job.
Yeah, he almost got the sweep. He got the sweep. 3 seconds. He got the sweep. He got the 2 points right there.
Did he?
Did he?
He was on his butt. That should have been 2, right?
To see if he gets points for the sweep. It looks like
the rule system holds the sport back.
Control. Doesn't look like he got it. Man, that was close.
That's what ADCC sucks because of that. No points, nothing. And he can't pull guard. It's terrible.
Now going for the takedown.
But for guillotine, high elbow. Nah. Dang. He basically won that match.
Could that be it?
He basically won that match. The rule systems hold us. Half the match is no points. That's true. Well, I mean, we know the purpose is so you can go for submissions, but most people play conservative. We want to win. I just don't know none of the rule sets really seem to be that good, really.
Could that be the takedown for 2? And it is.
Dang, he lost that for no reason.
Barch might have just sealed this with 45 seconds to go in regulation.
Shashinsky committed a huge
Bro,
mistake.
I can barely do video. I can barely do what I'm doing now. Szynski's good. I would need to study him.
Gave up points exactly.
The only problem is these athletes aren't as dominant as some of the older athletes. So I wrestled all my life, even through college, and couldn't pay me to watch wrestling now.
Did not get points for the sweep. PJ Barch did get points for the takedown.
But you could watch wrestling and it would be good.
Slide is 2-0.
He just lost this. He shouldn't have lost that match though.
That desperation attack, only
Dang, that sucks,
10
man.
seconds left.
Basically won the match. It should have been 2 points. Szynski should have had that 2 points.
Get a sweep if he can sit up. It won't happen.
He was on his butt.
BJ Barch moves on to the semifinals.
Shorter matches, punish stalling. Yeah.
Yeah, BJ Barch.
I mean, honestly, I think you would need a hybrid. Where you do wrestling and then, how I think BJJ Fanatics tried that, where you do a wrestling round and a jiu-jitsu round, maybe add a judo round, or Mushmaster said shorter matches. I think just the guard play slows everything down, which is why we play guard. If we focus more on takedowns, it becomes really close to wrestling, gi or no gi. I just don't know what to do to make the sport more exciting. Maybe it's not possible. Stop rewarding being on your back all match. That's true. We could have it like maybe more, how judo was, where you could pull and you had like a time limit to work, and just make it super offensive. That might be pretty exciting. If you could have almost like a sambo kind of deal, where you're just super aggressive on the bottom and didn't have to stand back up. Danny Top says, I don't understand why more wrestlers can't pass. It's hard to pass. They ain't used to that Gumby. You would think having such an aggressive style could complement the guard passing. Well, to pass the guard, outside of Nicky Rod, you really need to understand the nuances of the guard, how people are able to retain, how to defend certain leg locks and different other stuff. It's hard to pass in the guard. It's hard to pass gi or no gi. It's hard to pass, especially at the highest levels. We probably not going to pass people's guards at ADCC or Black Belt Worlds. They need to go with wrestling rule sets between rounds. Coin flip determines what position you end up in. Put 3 rounds on clock and for a total of 3 minutes, and give stalling warnings. That maybe, but some positions like, say the back and, say Ashi or Spider, the armbar, that's what EBI tried, right? But everybody's going to game the system eventually. 3 points for takedowns. Yeah, 3-point takedowns. If takedowns were worth 3 or 4 points, okay, I'll go for that. And if people couldn't pull, or if they got a minus point for pulling, I would agree with 3 points for takedowns. Shorter rounds would lend to more passing. Possibly, yeah. When the stakes are higher, then it's going to be easier to pass. But when you got 10 minutes and to work and ease into your match, or you got like you got the no points period to ease into your guard, ease into the match. I don't know. I don't have an answer for this, guys. I for sure don't have an answer how to make this more exciting for everybody. We're gonna look at Powell too, but not right now. I'm just gonna look him up. I don't really know him too well. He did a lot of IBJJF. Oh, that's a different Powell. We'll watch this match later. We'll watch this later, hopefully, God willing. Got Mr. Flavio Canto. You guys know him. He's the guy that beat Travis Stevens. And he used to date Kira Gracie. To this day, I think my hardest competition was when I was in Cuba growing up as a child. Shout out to Cuba, bro. You know my cousin's. Did you know my cousin is Frank Chimizo? You didn't know that? Cousin Chimizo. Growing up as a child in the pyramid system, when I came to the States, wrestling was significantly easier. What's the pyramid system? You gotta let us know what that is. When are we gonna watch some of your fights? I don't want to watch anything I did. I would say awards the points for escape as well, just like in wrestling. That might be true. Yeah, but then my wrestlers, they definitely be escaping stuff. They be escaping out the close guard, they be escaping out everything. Says, are you gonna watch EBI 25? Where's it gonna be? Is it in Mexico? I ain't got money to be traveling all over the country like that. I'm going to Vegas. I wasn't planning to go to Vegas. I wasn't planning to go to Vegas. I got some other trips planned too. This stuff expensive, bro. If I had more money, I would be jet setting. Anyway, we got Flavio Canto. He says, I'm going to translate for you guys via the Instagram app here. It says, for over 30 years dreaming and fighting together. I'm not sure if that's his coach or his father. Let's see. I can't read that. 80 years old, Flavio Canto. That must be his father, right? Let's see. I guess he's still around. His dad, is that who got him into judo? He's still around. Yeah, Mr. Flavio teaching, still teaching judo. Got the old man over there too. We gotta watch some Flavio Canto, bro. He's so good. He got his own choke. He got his own jiu-jitsu move. So not too many judo people can really say that outside of Kimura. 3-point takedown for sure. But still, I think it need to be worth more points, really. Each person gets 30 seconds ride time. I don't know if that works in jiu-jitsu, though. We get tapped out. It basically becomes EBI, where you get either you escape and maybe you get a point, or you. What happens when they get subbed, though? Is the match over? The whole point of jiu-jitsu matches is to get that submission, though. That's the whole point of. I mean, now nobody submits anybody at Worlds, IBJF, Black Belt Worlds, or even ADCC. You're not going to see a submission in the finals, really. But that is the goal. Kanto versus Stevens, that's a great match. Ezekiel, that's true. Okay, there's three people in judo that have their moves. Ezekiel with the Ezekiel choke, Kimura, and we got Flavio Kanto with the Kanto choke. That's three different judoka with their own moves. Flip side, what? We ain't got no move. Jiu-jitsu people ain't got no move in judo. And before the judo people say we didn't create anything, we got the buggy choke. That wasn't around. That's a jiu-jitsu invention. What else is a jiu-jitsu invention? That might be the only thing. Is that the only thing we invented? The buggy choke? Berimbolo, they said that was around. X-Guard, they said that was around. All the leg stuff been around for real. Twister. Was Twister around? Twister wasn't around. Well, it's in wrestling though. It's a pin. I'm trying to think of some other submissions that weren't around. Brada Plata. Brada Plata for sure wasn't around. That ain't no judo. Actually, somebody in the 1950s was doing that. Tarico Plata was definitely around, but it wasn't quite the same. I'm trying to think of a jiu-jitsu move now. That is, yeah, it might be just be the buggy choke. Jiu-jitsu innovation buggy choke. Tarico Plata, Go-Go Plata. Yeah, Go-Go Plata might be a good one. Rubber guard. Some of that stuff has a judo equivalent, but I don't think buggy choke has one. Cause who in their right mind would put themselves in that buggy? Like, says it's like the Hunger Games. We start at the age of 3. You start off on the lowest floor. It's a total of 5 floors. I was on the 4th floor. You get better living accommodations and food based off your performance. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. So if you want to be Yo Romero, or what's the big guy, the big Cuban dude that won the Olympics 4 or 5 times, that's crazy. It says in wrestling, the twister is called guillotine, extrema lock, bolt cutter, Z-lock. Some of that stuff was around in wrestling though. Americana was a wrestling move. Trying to think of something that Scorpion Lock, is that in judo? That might be in judo too. Maijan Lopez Nunez, yeah. Yeah, I didn't know about that pyramid training. You couldn't even do that here in America. People will be complaining. Yo Romero came out of the same pyramid as I did. Wow. That must be insane, man. And, I love Yo Romero, but remember the Sativ brothers? What were the Sativ brothers doing? I mean, I don't know what they're doing in Russia. Yeah, Cuban wrestling. I really, really like Cuban wrestling and Russian wrestling, Iranian wrestlers. America, we got our style too. That's crazy, bro. That's awesome. Scorpion Lock is from Catch Wrestling. Alrighty. Heel hooks, that's from definitely been around. Calf Slice, Catch Wrestling. I'm trying to think something we created. Yeah, it's about 3 or 4 techniques we created. Troy bar, that was around. Jiu-jitsu techniques, Jiu-jitsu invented. Waiting for Japanese techniques get old enough that people forget about them, and a Jiu-jitsu guy rebrands it as his own. Jiu-jitsu is really good at that. Did we not? We haven't created it? I thought we created something. We didn't create nothing. Lateral knee bar? No, that was a bit around. Who do you guys want for EBI 25? I don't know. We created something. I just can't think of it. What about the guillotine? All right, nobody created that. That's a jiu-jitsu. The guillotine? North-South choke. That ain't from judo, is it? Or wrestling? The Dars? Yeah, Dars, Anaconda. Did we create that? They're going to be like, no, we got a judo technique. Someone in Japan 200 years ago was doing that. I for sure not the guillotine, where they take your back and have the north-south choke on you. We got Mr. Keith Krikorian. He got some good social media. He says, rule sets every grappler should try at least once. ADCC. Make sure you got some health insurance before you go out there. Heel hooks. Wrestling been doing that forever. Named after Henzo black belt Joe Dars. Yeah. I think that was a judo move, bro. Is the Dars choke a move from judo? ADCC. Make sure you got some health insurance before you do that ADCC though. EBI rules, or just EBI. Anything in the pit, cage, or bowl. IBJJF. Fight to win. Is that kid's ankle going the wrong way? Oh, Jesus Christ. He should have tapped out early. Optional absolute divisions. Oh, that's ADC. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Donkey guard. Yeah, donkey guard, reverse close guard. Troy Bar for sure was around. Reverse De La Hiva. All right, that's not, well, I think judo people did have a De La Hiva. Now, reverse De La Hiva? Did they have that? Inversions? Nobody was inverting in judo. Actually, they do invert in judo. Yeah, I don't know. Extremely optional combat jiu-jitsu. Keith Krikorian done a lot. Bonus wrestling. I'm not going to read all that. Compete. Just compete. That's all we got to say. Someone says, we can't let Craig down, homies. After all he's done for us, you guys can't even read that. After all he's done for us, after all he's done for us and the sport, we have to buy some tickets. I'm not going to Vegas, but I'll buy at least one ticket. Who's with me? Yeah, if you guys can buy tickets or donate on the live stream, go ahead. I was going to donate some money, but I'm spending all my money to go down there to Vegas. I came to the States and was undefeated through college and high school. Wow. What college did you go to, if you don't mind answering? I mean, the Americans ain't really, the Americans are just in there for fun. I'm going to have fun and build some character. You out here, you survived the Cuban pyramid system. You had to wrestle Yo Romero every day. Of course you're going to do, you've been fighting the soldier of God every day. Of course you're going to do good. Jiu-jitsu costs $200 a month where I live. I teach. Memberships $100 a month, and coaches don't get paid. Feels like a ripoff. People on Reddit, quick to complain and not quick to open up that wallet. $1,000 for Gordon Ryan's private lessons here. Oh, you're already a member at this gym? What are they talking about? He should just call Zuck. I'm broke. Zuck's going to have them have a competitor cam point of view exclusively available on Facebook Live where they strap Meta Sport goggles. That might be pretty interesting though. Meta Sport goggles to all the athletes, and they just view, and it's just a view of someone's wet rash guard in 4K. Well, Brandon Reed, he gotta be wearing some glasses, right? Also, judo does Kosen judo, which is actually really interesting. These other countries ain't playing. Yeah, you fighting Yo Romero every day. You're going to be good. Kosen judo is almost identical to BJJ. It is, but it's, it's not as popular. Let's be honest here. Well, isn't it like just a collegiate program? Someone died during Shark Tank. In the training? Someone died during, really died? Oh, shoot. Someone died during Shark Tank. They just threw Pedro over in the corner, and we had to continue. That was my best friend. No way, bro. He just died, and they're like, well, keep practicing. All right, at that point, you can't do that in America. Well, IBJF can, but everybody else can't do that. That's wild. Yeah, we ain't dying. All right, guys, get a water break. God, dog. Dang. He just died and they threw him in the corner. Shoot, bro. What the heck? Oh, that's sad, bro. I don't have words for that. That's some real. Yeah, of course you're going to beat everybody in America. People in America don't do that. They get a boo-boo on their finger. They get a rash. They got to stop training. Yeah, that might be taking it too far. Prove that you bought a ticket. I'm going to watch it for free on YouTube like I did last year. If grappling is not sustainable, it's not because I won't buy a CGI ticket. That will be a fake. I'm sorry to hear about your friend Pedro. Man, that's sad, bro. I'm sorry. That will be a fake fix. I buy gis, rashis, go to seminars, comps. Don't try to make people feel guilty. I don't even care if the athletes can make a living off grappling. If they do, great and happy for them. Otherwise, they can always work BJJ like teaching seminars, starting a brand. On top of that, based on them social media, a big percentage of so-called professionals are weird AF, to say the least. That is true. A non-insignificant amount of top athletes in any given sport are cocky AF, e.g. Antonio Brown. He got CTE, guys. That being said, the market has determined NFL and NBA players should be paid boatloads of money. Maybe BJJ one day will get there, maybe not. Buying charity tickets to an event not even attended is just silly and childish reasoning. I'm telling you, Kodokan has all these techniques in their system. People just don't do their research. Well, whose fault is that? Is it our fault that Kodokan let some Brazilians take over the sport? That's not our fault. The Japanese, most of the Japanese forgot about all the Kodokan stuff. If you go to Japan and train jiu-jitsu, most of those people learn from Brazilians. They didn't learn from Kodokan or judo. A lot of those guys. People don't really cross-train like that in Japan when I was there. Maybe it's changed. You know, if you did judo, you do judo. If you wrestle, you stay in wrestling. You do jiu-jitsu, you just do jiu-jitsu. Someone says, I've come from the future to tell you that it's not. I don't know if jiu-jitsu will become professional. Maybe it won't. It doesn't seem like it's there's like a little blip every now and again, like we're doing really well, but in other times, like, you know, it's not super sustainable. And the majority of the sports are non-profitable and fall into one of these two groups, Olympics or non-Olympics. The Olympics receives huge amount of money from state Olympic committees, and athletes get paid scholarships and prize money. It doesn't really seem like it's that much, though. The non-Olympics are messed up. If the sport is not attractive to watch, I'm sure curling gets more people behind the TV. I'm sure curling gets more people behind the TV than BJJ. If that's true, that's sad. It says, because the barrier to entry for curling is basically zero. It says, in my city, there are entire bars with curling rings in the middle of them. Give someone a beer and a pair of shoes, and they can curl their butt off till the last call. As entertaining as it'd be, I don't think the same concept would work for grappling. Also, nearly all of these people are influencers. They are basically zero athletes competing at CGI2 that are not either successful social media influencers, coaches, gym owners, or all three. I do not feel bad for these people. This will already provide them with huge visibility boost. I mean, Craig is giving them huge visibility. He getting tattoos of them and stuff. What's up, Quan? Look, Quan like curling. Quan probably like pickleball. Quan, did you train this week? I'm gonna come look for you, Quan. What's going on with the screen? Let me clean it off real fast. A little mushy over there. Quan, what's up, bro? I'm gonna look for you, Quan. You got a day or two for me? Just to say hi. My condolences. Yeah, I went to OU. Brett Metcalf, Johnny Reeder, Keenan Duffy were all my high school wrestling team. Oh, dang. God, dog. And you over there tearing them apart. They're like, who's this Cuban guy? Where did this Cuban exchange student come from? Quan says pickleball is fire. Quan. I got one ticket to CJI. Quan. I don't think your wife gonna let you go though. C gonna be out there. I think Jeff gonna be out there too. Sorry guys, gotta clean the screen. There we go. Hey, look at that. Can you guys see me? It was a little blurry for a second there. Had to clean that screen real fast. Uber driver now, so I got all the flexibility. Cool. Are you going back to the boba shop, bro? Or you gotta wait? Are you guys gonna rebuild the boba shop? I guess that's my question. It says, yeah, I seen video of this guy roundhouse kick someone over a pickleball game. It was super unnecessary to say the least. That's just how it is, man. You know, CrossFit used to be popular too. Now High Rock's taking over. Tennis still popular. It's always going to be stuff that's popular. I'm happy to support Craig. What is that? Yeah, I'm happy to support Craig, but I don't see a compelling reason to just dump money in his wallet. Buy merch or an instructional, or if they do like last year and have a charity link, do that. I can't see buying an empty seat though. It says, plus, if I can just give him money, I'm just going to spend the money on, I'm not going to say what that is. It's supporting the sport. If we don't support CGI because we believe in decent athlete pay and treating people with respect, I don't know if we believe that in this country, and dignity at the highest levels of the sport, it hurts the sport and in turn all of us. You make a strong point with supporting Craig in other ways that are beneficial to you, but I think there is a special good argument to be said for specifically making sure that this event is not a flop, because CGI became successful means that there could be a class of professionals who sustain themselves with the sport, rather than a handful of elite guys who take all the money, which is what we got now. Congrats to Quan Vu. Quan says he is opening a burger shop. All right. Uh-oh. Smash Burgers? What we got? Quan, I'm gonna need to taste test for you, bro. I'm gonna need to taste test for you, bro. I still need some boba though. We gotta get some boba. Mushmaster says support your local gym and athletes. Yeah, support your athletes, guys. If you got someone competing at CGI or something, go ahead. But and I mean, it doesn't take much, you know. Like say like Elijah Dorsey got and the coaches. Yeah, you guys should definitely buy some merch. I know Elijah Dorsey has like, I guess he's gonna have some shirts at the. You got both for me? Thank you, brother. I think Elijah Dorsey has no, he's selling some merchandise too. You know, if you like an athlete, support their stuff. Says decent athlete pay shouldn't be sustained off of people's charity. If there is not enough to cover the expenses of the event, if there's not enough, can't even talk. If there's not enough to cover the expenses of the event, then cuts have to be made somewhere. And it is what it is. Yeah, so far it doesn't seem like the professional jiu-jitsu leagues are really sustainable, outside of maybe a Flow Grappling, you know, where they have reoccurring revenue from their memberships. Otherwise, I don't know who, you know, IBF makes money off their memberships too, and hobbyists. Flow Grappling makes money off the hobbyist. Even those guys, IBF for sure ain't gonna open up their wallet too much, but Flow Grappling seems to be opening. They will invest money and do give a lot of money to some of these other shows and stuff. You know, they like support BJJ Stars and some other events too. It is what it is. It is what it is. I said in another post, perhaps people will now realize that our sport isn't as lucrative as they thought. And that there's a reason why ADCC doesn't offer $1 million in prize money. I think there's probably a middle ground between the $1 million prize pool and the paltry $10K you get from ADCC. Finding that sweet spot of sustainability is going to be important. What Craig did brought enormous attention to the issue, but it's not sustainable. But if it's not sustainable, it's not sustainable. I'm fairly certain every single athlete there would still be happy with a $200K prize, and the budget issues is solved immediately. Plus, he wants to keep viewership totally free, which I think is a little unreasonable. Many folks would want to do $5. I bet you they're going to make more money having people donate through the free live stream than people buying the $5. And, you know, once something's on YouTube and, you know, there's no copyright strikes, that can generate money for years. They're going to for sure get like over 1 million views, you know. I bet you could even switch to suggested donation $5. Well, you guys can donate on the live stream. You don't have. It's better to have people donate willingly than to force them to pay the $5 or $10, $20, whatever it is. Let's see. Let's face it, jiu-jitsu people are not marketable. Well, some of the wrestlers we look at well, I'm not sure if Raja. Is that the kid's name? Rampage, Gable Steveson, them guys ain't marketable. Well, Raja, he marketable because his dad. But Gable Steveson, he wasn't marketable. He should have been marketable. He just didn't have no charisma. Says go to 10 Planet gyms, guys are weird as. Yeah, 10 Planet. Well, they are aliens over there. You didn't know that? 10 Planet aliens, the freaks. 10 Planet a different place. This outlook ignores the endogenous. I don't even know how to say that word. Endogenous. I maybe messed that word up. Dynamic nature of institutions. Offering the prize money now attracts better, more serious athletes. This makes the sport more interesting, which attracts viewership, and the cycle continues. CGI's payment scheme is an attempt to supercharge this cycle. Cold starts are awesome. Cold starts are hard. So, what Craig is doing is very real value for BJJ. Jesus Christ, that's hard to read. Henzo's, Gracie in Houston area. All those guys are weird. Henzo, Gracie in Houston area. A lot of jiu-jitsu people weird. Alliance, well, they just Alliance, yeah. Alliance, you good as long as you're paying. Just make sure you got money. You good at Alliance. Yeah, I mean, you got to find the right gym. And oftentimes, it's not going to be those affiliate schools, those associate schools, Henzo Gracie, 10 Planet Alliance. You're almost better finding a solo school that doesn't have any affiliation like that. And it takes time. You gotta do the trial class, see who the coaches is, see if there's a J-Rod in the class. You need to go experience the classes and see. Tell the WNBA that. We're not going to get into that. Why shouldn't it be charity? Wasn't ADCC funded by a rich sheik? Isn't that charity? Basic economics that dictates that value is what draws in money. Forget Craig and CGI for a moment, since this might be the last one. Hypothetically, if there were CGI 10 and the event ran only through donations, continually running into losses, it's evidence that BJJ doesn't draw in viewers and can't generate value. Ultimately, if that's true, then that's true. You know, that's why I'm telling you guys to support these things. But if shows like CGI can't get viewership, or Who's Number One, or BJJ, UFC BJJ, then it won't exist, right? So I'm not sure what the future is for professional jiu-jitsu. Says simply put, if it can't generate money on its own, this is evidence that BJJ as a sport isn't sustainable in terms of its ability to pay athletes. On a deeper level, someone always has to take a loss to pay the athletes money. I think, you know, sponsors are a big part of this. I don't really feel like any organization has really done their part in getting sponsorships in the sport. You know, Flow Grappling will partner with like what's the stuff they do? Defense soap or something or whatever. And maybe a beer company here or something there, something over there. I just don't feel like the organizations have, like, they're not really looking for the sponsors to really. I mean, also, you need support from the audience, the spectators, but you also need that sponsorship money. So I don't really feel like they do their part in getting good sponsors to sell the sport. PGF is doing kind of something. I don't know if how well that's going to work out. I seen some guy in Alliance gym in Houston get his black belt in 3 years. Who was that guy? After he lost a brown belt tournament. Who was that guy? Oh, he was 3 years of black belt or 3 years training total. Shout out to the independent dojos. I'm Studio 76, but I was supposed to be Alliance, but Roberto's dad got us all kicked out of line. Oh, yeah. What's that? What's it? Raul Jimenez? What's his name? His dad looks scary. Yeah, they were Alliance. I forget what happened. Are you in Vegas or you're in Texas? Oh, yeah, they had a school in Texas. I forgot about that. Then they upped and moved to Vegas. Are they still in Vegas now? Yeah. All right. I remember when Roberto was small and him and his dad would come to Alliance Atlanta back in the day. That was over a decade or so. Yeah, I don't know if professional jiu-jitsu is sustainable. Doesn't seem like it is. So maybe we should just keep being a niche sport. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It says, well, back when UFC used to let their fighters wear their own sponsor shorts, they could do that more. Yeah, those fighters got some real money. They made more money from their sponsors than they did from UFC. And now them fighters, they ain't got no sponsorship. They got Venom. Venom cut them a $4,000 check to be a UFC champion. Isn't that a shame? His name is Drayon. He owns a gym now. Streamline in Houston. Oh, okay. I haven't been to Houston. I heard it's a nice place. Yeah, I don't know that guy. I don't doubt you, Raul. Yeah, Raul. Raul or Raul? Jimenez. He's scary. He should be an actor. He looks like an actor. Yeah, I'm not sure if this sport's sustainable. I do feel like the sponsorships are kind of lacking. And even IBJF, they don't really get no good sponsors, and Kickside and some other little companies. No, they are in Texas again. They went back to Texas? He's in Ecuador? What the heck is going on with their family? He got kicked out of America? I am out the loop. He was there when his son, when Roberto did Who's Number One, he was there. DC said he was getting $85K at one point in UFC. When he was a champion, or just when he first started? When was that? From sponsorships or just from UFC? Well, it's on the athletes to get their own sponsors now. But I think the major organizations should. The thing is, they don't get them. They make the money from the sponsors, but they don't get the money to the athletes. You know, IBJF, they for sure ain't giving you no money. They got sponsor ads everywhere. You ain't get no money. What did Roberto's dad do? I don't know. You're gonna have to talk to LOL Snapped over there. Oh, just from UFC. Yeah, of course he needed some sponsorship money to $85K. It's a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money at the same time, you know. You still driving a Honda with $85K. $85K. If you're smart, you pay off all your bills, pay off your mortgage. By the time you pay off your mortgage and health insurance, well, I guess they get health insurance from the UFC. You still need some other insurance. Pay off all your insurance and mortgage or rent. That $85K taxes, that $85K it turned into $10K. Says, bro, I used to get paid $60,000 just to wear that stuff. My pay was only $6K sometimes, $10K on the high end. Yeah, that's great. And UFC cut that. And those fighters never got money like that ever again. With the Reebok deal or the Venom deal, whatever deal they got, they ain't getting no money like that. They get $4,000. That's why they fight so hard for that bonus. They be trying to kill each other for the $50K bonus because they're not going to make any money. They losing money. And Dana White over there got $500 million. And he giving $50K like it's yeah, let me stop. I'll get into it. Quan doesn't like me talking about this because his cousin's in the UFC. Oh, they own a huge resort in Ecuador. Dang. All right, they got money. He good now. I didn't know they had it like that. I don't want to ask how they got their money. I'm not gonna ask. All right, they doing good. They good. we shouldn't ask too many questions about what they doing down in Ecuador. Someone says, but I thought CGI was going to make grappling mainstream since they had MMA athletes competing and an MMA influence rule set. When I came here to argue that those things wouldn't make submission grappling mainstream, isn't that what UFC's doing? I was told repeatedly that I was wrong. If I was wrong, why are we begging people to buy tickets? Shouldn't all the fans be flocking to the ticket booth? It's not sustainable to demand charity for athlete pay. Plus, if you are in this business of just giving out free money to people who are underpaid, there are like billions of people more worthy of this charity than pro athletes. Hopefully he treats the female competitors with more respect and dignity than he did with Gabby. Gabby, you know, she was in on the jokes too. Says I got sponsored by Echo Unlimited back then. Back in the day, they paid me outrageous money to do nothing. Yeah. And companies nowadays, you know, they really work with the influencers more. Companies work with influencers more nowadays than they do with like famous people like actors and actresses. I see the influencers be marketing everything like, all right, why they be doing their usual video and then the product comes through out of nowhere. Isn't that what Fionn still complains? What is he complaining about? I'm not sure what she was talking. I'm not sure what she complained about. The stuff with Gabby. I mean, Gabby seems to be cool with it. I'm not saying it was right or wrong. I'm not a female. Should I really have a say in that? Because Fionn isn't in this CG. Well, she's with UFC BJJ now. She's signed with UFC BJJ, and she has a school that just opened up. So I think she's busy. So it's not really going to his wallet, is it? It's to offset the cost of production. I don't think it goes to his wallet. The whole event is losing like $800K or whatever. So you'd just be digging out of that hole. I wish he would have monetized in some way because I'd like to support, but buying a ticket for something I won't be going to feels stupid. Well, the YouTube stream will be monetized. Female BJJ financial compensation. I'm not sure how much she got compensated for this last CGI, but I don't think she was upset about it, right? She seemed like she was okay. But now, look, they're paying $100K for the women now. So, as far as I know, that's the biggest purse for any women's division. I believe Fionn was saying that they wanted a women's $1 million, $1 million, tournament or something. But we need you guys to support. We need you guys to support that. We need you guys to. If there's not a CGI 3, there won't be no $1 million for the ladies. And you guys know for a fact that UFC BJJ never going to pay $1 million to the women or any of those athletes. UFC BJJ ain't ever going to give up anybody $1 million. They're not. Claudia ain't going to let you get more money than her. You think Claudia is going to let you get paid more $1 million? Nah. But CGI paid people $1 million. But if you guys don't want to support it, it is what it is, right? How many organizations went out of business? Meta Morris, Polair's still around. Who else went out of business? Kasai, Submission X. I'm about to say Jiu-Jitsu X. a lot of these organizations went out of business. They did 1 tournament, 2 tournaments. All right, we done. This is no, Raul's dad owns a resort. Oh, Raul's broke. Oh, right. Well, he gonna inherit that eventually. He good. Roberto good, man. Roberto a rich kid, man. He good. It says I had a nice space with no picture. MySpace. Oh. MySpace. Nice space. and you made $60,000. Kasai went out of business. You ain't seen no Kasai. When's the last time you saw Kasai? I mean, the dude that owned it is still around. I think he stopped doing it though, doing the tournaments though. Mushmaster says this sport isn't marketable like that. I think it could be, but as it is right now, I just don't see it. I still think there's potential, but I got to give it to Craig Jones as a marketer. He has you guys believing the soul of the sport is at stake and that he's driving a pink car and making Instagram reels is a sacrifice worthy of martyrdom. CJ nut huggers are like a cult, just like Gordon weirdos. It's actually eye-opening how much you can influence people. So it was all a screw flow. Any streaming platform, we are not paying. It's too expensive to buy tickets, even if you are not showing up at $100 to support the sport. Seriously, if an event can't exist on its own and it depends on donations from the rich, well, someone says, I went last year and it was awesome. Due to schedule conflicts, I was unable to go this year. Yeah, no more Kasai. Says, man, I rode with Gabby before. That's a big, yeah, she is a big, she's nice though. She's big, but she's nice. If you want to, just donate the money on the live stream for when they have the CGI live. Just donate the money then, guys. People don't really understand streaming. Look at some of these streamers nowadays. They make a lot of money, Guys like Aiden Ross, Kai Cenat, Speed, I Show Speed, some of these guys. I think they can make the money back. So dude's got millions, he'll be fine. If he has 3 million, which is not for an older athlete, not much for an older athlete, and loses and loses $800K, that's a third of his net worth. You think he's going to survive for the next 49 years on 2 million? Someone says, if you like any major world sport, soccer, NFL, F1, tennis, golf, boxing, etc., the gripe is that so many fans have is that their sport has become too commercialized, too driven by outside monetary needs and interests. And as a result, the top athletes in the sport are closeted away as they are no longer just people. They are financial assets. I'm a huge Craig Jones fan. The man deserves a successful life, and if my worst fears come to pass, it's not going to be because of this one tournament. If the momentum on the commercial side of things is sort of knocked back a bit, though, from CGI2, then the sport as a whole will probably benefit. There has to be some middle ground where top performers can earn a comfortable living from the sport. Too much money, though, and you can kiss goodbye to being able to train with the best for a drop-in fee. The meritocracy of the mats and slim financial rewards of BJJ is one of the greatest levelers. I don't want talent scouts popping up at gyms. I don't want agents leeching off the sport. I don't want promoters to create a haves and haves not because BJJ all of a sudden looks like a cash cow. That is true. I don't want jiu-jitsu to turn into a sport like the NFL or something like that. Maybe tennis. Tennis, you still got your working class tennis professionals, and then you got the upper class that got all the sponsorships. I think tennis model is probably a little bit better. Kind of something for us to follow. It's an individual sport. You can be good at social media. You can market yourself. But you still need to be good, right? You still need to be ranked high to get those good sponsorships. Let's see. Let's be real. I'm not watching BJJ competition for women. It's going to be good. all the girls on the show, all the girls gonna be good. Adele, watch Adele matches and tell me Adele is more exciting than most of the men. Yeah, for sure. Adele is super great. Helena, she gonna wear some crazy outfit. What kind of outfit she gonna wear? Sarah Gaval, she's gonna be just like her dad out there. That's gonna be having Andre Galvao out there. Anna Carolina, she's just out there. I mean, her brother's Rodolfo Vieta, but she's gonna be out there doing some damage too. I think it's gonna be good. The girls go at it, bro. It's 200K is more than enough. Well, the girls are 100K. You're saying 200K for everybody? Helena's gonna win? Nah, I'm sorry. I'm going with Adele. Have you seen Daddy Adele? She good. There is an old video of Marcelo rolling with Gabby. It was interesting because of the size difference. Marcelo was struggling a little bit. Nah, she is bigger. Adele will make you feel the Holy Ghost when you watch her fights. Adele will have your elbow sore. You fight Adele, your elbow all jacked up, feet all jacked up. Says, oh my God, CGI 2 women's gonna be a banger. Mushmaster says, the money in the sport is overblown. These dudes aren't making bread like that. Why do you think they're terminally online and opening gyms? That is true. I mean, Gordon, I think also attention. A lot of these guys want attention. But Gordon opened up a school. I thought he had enough money. I think Gordon's comfortable, but he want a cash cow. When a school's a good investment. If you have a school with 300 members, 500 members, you're doing good. You can have that running, get that up and running, and do your social media stuff. You're going to be living pretty decent. Daddy Adele is running the household at CGI 2. Says it's like the NBA versus the WNBA. We're not watching girls jiu-jitsu. I am. Listen, watch them girls. Did you not watch Adele? Go watch Adele. Go watch Adele. Adele, she's the only person that was submitting people at ADCC. Adele good. She worth watching. All right, I want you. That's your homework. Go watch Adele. Adele good, man. She deserves all that attention she's getting. Because she works hard. Helena good too. Helena good. Sarah Galvao good. Them girls are good. They're gonna scrap, bro. Americans have this really weird doublethink phenomena where they both say that it's crazy that our society is structured such that university football coaches make order of magnitudes more than university professors, but then constantly put enormous pressure to increase sport payouts. It's like crazy that you can go into any bar in the country and find a group of roofers who work 8 hours a day in the heat, laying roofs for $49,000 a year, vehemently arguing that Joe athlete on City Animals team should be getting paid $50 million a season instead of $49 million a season. Mushmaster say he's gonna watch her. Fionn versus Adele. Let's run it back. Yeah, them girls good, man. She using technique to beat people. I mean, it's easy to use vitamins to beat people, but to use some technique and submit people on the daily, that's tough. The BJJ community is so weird. Went to CGI 1, it was incredible. Then I remembered how expensive Vegas was outside of the event when I was there. Then I saw this year's ticket prices. YouTube it is. Yeah, maybe I should have saved my money. I spent my money to go out to Vegas too, but I'm going to see Quan. I'm going to see my rich homie Quan out there. Maybe some other dudes and girls out, not girls, but some other people out there. And, definitely want to see CGI because what if there's not another CGI? You're going to feel stupid. I would feel stupid. Shoot, I had a chance to go out there. There might not be another CGI, so that might be it. And, maybe I might run into Moneyberg or somebody. I hope I do. Also, I'll talk about that later. I just need to sell more seminars and I'll be happy. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think all the athletes are going to do well. Just having having Craig Jones, making a video about you and promoting you. You're going to be up on that stage. 1 million plus people going to see you. You can say the same thing for CGI or not CGI, but for UFC BJJ. you could actually say something similar for UFC BJJ, but I think as far as prestige, CGI is way more prestigious. You know, UFC BJJ, you might be fighting a person that never did nogi before. Whereas CGI, you might have a career-defining match. You know, Pato versus Victor Hugo or something like that. Like, what the heck? How do these guys get together? Okay, pay her and that's it. Nah, pay all. Well, they fighting for the. Are you talking about Fionn? They fighting for that 100K. So whoever wins gets the 100K. But that's a good prize for what, 2 matches? For 2 matches, maybe 3 if they do a third place match. That's not bad. Well, definitely for winning, you just got it's 4 girls, 2 matches, right? 100K for 2 matches ain't bad. 50K a match, that ain't bad. Jake Doe says, if CGI 2 is the last chance for BJJ go mainstream, then just let the sport be its own niche. I'm kind of 50-50 on that. I can see the sport just staying its own niche. And, you know, we just continue working our 9-to-5s, our real jobs, and just do jiu-jitsu because we love it and maybe get a little bit of money. Maybe that's just the way it's going to be. You know, we're trying to make it professional, but if it's not sustainable, then it's not sustainable. Maybe we're too early, or maybe it's just not possible. For CGI, I'm sure prices are always an issue for some, but I was at CGI last year. Igor, it was the length of the show. What was that? It was the length of the show. The first day was like 12 hours. Yeah, the first day, it's going to be long days. I think 5 to 11, so probably at least 5 to 6 hours easy per day. And it's going to be tough. That's every jiu-jitsu tournament. What jiu-jitsu tournament? Now, UFC BJJ, they do about 5 matches. Okay, they can knock that out. You go to IBJJF, you go to Masters Worlds, you could be there for 12 hours easy for a week. I think some people start fighting Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't know if it goes to Sunday. You could be there 12 hours every day. So it is going to be tough. Honestly, BJJ needs more time to let it build a better pay system or change the rules set up to make it exciting. I think my issue is that there is money in the sport, but it really doesn't make its way to the fighters. Think like IBJJF. They do the crown. Nobody cares about the crown. They need to put that money towards paying for the Europeans or the Pans. Yeah, they could easily give that money to, you know, some of these organizations are stingy. IBJJF stingy. Some of these other organizations stingy. And then they don't market the thing. UFC BJJ don't market. Zapatero didn't market. And then they messed up their live stream. How is it going to be successful? You mess up the live stream. You got some people that shouldn't be on the camera. You got people that ain't got no charisma promoting your show. How are you going to be successful? Jiu-jitsu will be mainstream, mark my words. The next generation might have to make it big. Selling seminars and wrestling is so much easier. Yeah, it's true. I mean, if you're smart, you should keep doing seminars. The thing is, doing seminars is tough, and, you know, I think ultimately having a school is the best route for most of these athletes. Although that's going to get harder and harder as jiu-jitsu becomes more saturated. Like in my area where I train at, there's, I think, like 10 different schools. The biggest stars aren't mainstream appealing. That is true. If an outsider journalist do a report on the stuff that goes on, they'd be aghast. Yeah. I mean, just look at Gordon Ryan. Who would report on Gordon Ryan? And I like Craig, but Craig, he does crazy stuff too. That it might not paint us in the best light. People who would be good representatives of our sport. Guys like Marcelo Garcia would be good. What about young people? Maybe the Tackets. Maybe Wojcik. Someone that can read. We need representatives of our sport that can read and hold conversations. Maybe Joseph Chin. Corby Bros. Oh, they're engineers. I'm not sure if they would do well. Yes, a few people could do well. I think Craig Jones and Gordon Ryan are kind of mainstream. as mainstream as probably anybody. Mushmaster said no. Well, our real mainstream people would be like Zuckerberg, Tom Hardy, those guys like that. Not Moneyberg though, he ain't mainstream. They're not letting their kids do this sport, seeing that. Yeah, they see Craig. Sorry, Craig. And Craig is actually good with kids. Why not sit there mainstream, don't you think? MG is old, that is true. You could be mainstream and old. Says Takis, Wojcik, Dalpra. Dalpra got that he got that veneer smile. I need some veneers too. Chin are great representatives for the future. I would say AOJ, but they won controversy away from being imploding. I like Sarah Gaval. I think she's got a bubbly personality. Maybe Helena. She got a lot of animals, but she seems bubbly too. Fionn. What about Fionn? She is tatted up though. I think for the ladies, Fionn's a good representative too. She's a good representative of our sport. There's some JT Torres might be good. Anthony Bourdain, yeah, we lost Anthony Bourdain. He was a great representative of our sport. Jones is more mainstream than Gordon now. That's true. Anthony Bourdain was the most mainstream of the BJJ practitioners. I believe that's true. Moneyberg mainstream goat. All right, guys, I got about 30 more minutes. It's crazy. I could talk about jiu-jitsu for 3 hours. Who else talking about jiu-jitsu for 3 hours straight? Maybe somebody with autism, but knock on wood for me too. Says I do think BJJ athletes should get paid more than ADCC pays them, but what they get paid should be reflective of what can be profitable. The thing is, profitability can fluctuate because if ADCC pays $1 million for the venue, they don't have $1 million to pay the athletes, which is kind of what happened this last ADCC. It says athletes should be paid more than paltry $10K, but not a huge $1 million purse. Realistically, the value of top BJJ talent is likely in the $100K ballpark, which coincidentally is right where Craig could find his $800K shortfall. The thing is, if you want to see great matches, you got to incentivize people with big money. 10K, all right. I'm not gonna kill myself for 10K. Some people kill themselves for $1,000, like we saw with the checkmate, bro. But I think you do need some. $1 million. Everybody knows what $1 million. We don't know what $1 million looks like, but $1 billion. I would like to have that. 10K, 100K. 100K is nice too, but I think the $1 million is a good draw. You know, who else got $1 million? Zapatero could do 100K. UFC BJJ could do 100K. None of those people gonna do $1 million though. Anthony Bourdain just gone too soon. Yeah, if Roberto wasn't so weird, he would be the poster child, and I love that kid. Roberto's cool. He kind of like a hippie, kind of a zen, kind of anime kind of dude, surfer dude. You know, he got a lot going on. He got a lot going on. Was there anything else I'm gonna start reading? Got Mr. Owen Jones. You guys like Owen Jones?
For pulling out.
Max Hansen and Owen Jones.
Particular team you'd want first round?
Any American team. Honestly, they're probably the easiest team.
He was saying Europe was the easiest team.
I don't know who Max Hampstead or whatever his name is, right? I don't know who he is. We would love Daisy Fresh. I think that's easy money, to be honest.
Paul Ardilla only enters the guard on one side. If he just passes to his right side, he's essentially useless. I don't think he's a big deal.
I think Paul Ardilla's tapped out Michael Pixley, you know, and Michael Pixley beat Nicholas Marigali. So there's these stories that people don't know.
Yeah, everybody's always talking about that, but I'm kind of over that. You know, I'm kind of excited just to get some new matches, big matches, you know, and test myself with the best in the world.
Look, man, I'm not talking mess, okay? Just want to make sure I'm not talking mess. But just like strategically, I will go against the new team, Pedigo, because they're way more wrestling based, and the majority of the guys in the Europe team are leg lock based, which is a wrestler sports segment.
Owen Jones, you are a for pulling out.
Is there a particular?
All right, we've got a little bit of drama between Team Daisy Fresh and Team Europe. I don't think either team's going to win. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. You got Brandon Reed on your team. And Pat Downey. What they going to do? Aren't they on the same team? No, Pat Downey's on America's team. They got Brandon Reed on their team. What's he going to do? I'm sorry, Brandon Reed. I'm coming after you, bro. I'm coming after you. No Diddy. Dante good. Max. Is Max on that team? Is Max Hansen on the? Is he on the Daisy Fresh team? You got Hillbilly Hammer. They got some okay people. I mean, Hillbilly Hammer and Dante kind of got to do the heavy lifting. Max Hansen might do okay too. We'll see. Team Europe. Team Europe. Team Europe. Pat's good. He good. He won Blue Belt Worlds, whatever that means. I mean, nobody else over there blue belt, but he's a purple belt. GoFundMe for Josiah's therapy, possibly. This man tried to convince me to eat alkaline meat. Who did? Who? Roberto? What is alkaline meat? He had me put honey eye drops in. All right, yeah, I wouldn't put no honey in my eyeball. Yeah, I don't know about all that, Roberto. You got Mr. Marcelo.
Have compete. Even when it was right in the beginning, I felt like there was one thing I felt I can have a control of my life. When I go there and challenge whoever's on the other side, I challenge whatever tournament it was, super fight, mundial, small tournament, one fight, whatever, small bracket, big bracket, second bracket of the day, weight and absolute. I always felt like that was the only time I have control of my fate, of my destiny. That's what I felt. So I always fought to decide something on my favor. So the time that I always have on the mat, that was the only time I can do something. I cannot do something after the time runs out. So that's why it feels like people are like, oh, he always go the kill, but I go there to decide to make win towards my way. Because if I let on your way, you won't defeat me. When I go compete, when I always have compete.
You know, Marcelo's one of the best to ever do it. And he would do absolute, you know. I mean, I wouldn't do some of his absolutes. Let's skip this. Got a new Alliance school. I can't afford to train there. Yeah, for sure I can't afford to train there. They don't want me there anyway. Marley, why? Looks nice. You know, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You guys say there's no money in jiu-jitsu, but look at these Alliance. Alliance be making some money. Now, your regular school, they ain't making that money like the Alliance. Alliance be owning these schools in Europe, in UK, Huntington Beach. They making some money. I think they own a school in Atlanta, too. If you had to rank the CGI team, who's worse, Australia, Europe, or Americas? I gotta throw Europe is pretty bad. I might throw Americas under the bus because of Greg Saunders. I think they need a better coach. They could have had Mushmaster out there. I feel like your coach, I don't know. Yeah. It might be, well, Australia got Lackland. He gonna have some good. I might put Europe over Team Americas too. At least they got people in the right weight class. So again, people, you know, you say there's no money in the sport, but you know there are some teams making money. AOJ making money, Atos making money, Alliance be making money, Gracie Baja making money. Now they run everything like a business. This run like a business. Alliance for sure run like a business, and then they not necessarily caring. They might not make no world champions out of this gym, but they're gonna make some money. Why wouldn't they want you? I don't want to get into that now. You know, just drama, bro. I don't want to go there. I like some of the Lions people, but some of the other Lions people, some of the leadership, I'd rather not see. I respect him. I respect him. You stay over there. Stay away from me. They just said and done too much stuff over the years. You gotta cut people off sometimes, man. IBJJF needs to be shut down. They make a lot of money, IBJJF. Now they don't give any of that money away, really. IBJJF didn't start giving people money till 2019. And they had already been in business for 20 years. They are almost 30 years. They are giving a little bit of money. If you win Worlds, I think you get maybe $8,000 or $6,000, something like that. Something like that. Now, you got to be tying in Dalpra somehow. I'm not sure how you're going to beat them, but you get $8,000 if you win. So they definitely do the sustainable model. They make their profit, and you give a little bit of they give you a couple coins. I've never made any money from IBJJF. I haven't been good enough to make money from them. World Pro did give me some money though. Says the American team lineup is bad. It's not bad. It's just they not in the right place. DeAndre Corby need to be pushed down. Elijah Dorsey need to go to 77 where he's supposed to be, not 88. They need to throw Roberto in at 88. I think 99 is who's at 99? The Declan Moody, is that who's at 99? And 99 plus is Pat Downey. Maybe take Pat Downey out of there. Pat Downey cut weight. He's down. Australia is going to be the dark horse. Yeah, Australia. Maybe Team Europe might. Yeah, any Australians might do well. Australians tend to do well in these type of tournaments. It says my gym is pretty nuts. I'm banned from Alliance. LOL. I didn't even do anything. You could probably. Well, yeah, not your fault. It happens, bro. We got Aljamain Sterling. Let's look at his elbow.
This is from the spinning elbow. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's pretty fat right here. All this is fluid. I gotta ask Lerone Murphy how he landed that spinning elbow, because I landed it and that shit ain't feel all that great, bro. You see this little titty on my arm?
Hit with your tricep. You got hit with the point of your elbow.
That's yeah.
Hit with the bone. Yeah. Even when you win, sometimes you lose. I don't care about the Gracies. Screw the Gracies. Demetrius Johnson said heel hooks should be banned in grappling. Maybe. They used to be, but everybody kept fighting to get heel hooks included. Let's see. We'll try to see what he's got to say real fast. There's Lackland over there doing a heel hook. Says, I call a ban for anyone heel hooking me. That checkmat dude got all the hobbyists scared of leg locks now. I completely understand his argument, but then how am I able to submit people who are better than me? Where did he say that at? Shoot, I gotta find that. Did he say it in a video? I'll look for it later. Says, I feel you. Leg locks are my go-to when nothing else is working or when I want them to panic, to give up on what they're trying. Everyone panics when you grab their feet. I agree in that there should be competitions without heel hooks. IBJJF, only adult black belts and brown belts can do, and no-gi can do heel hooks. The masters, no heel hooks or lower belts. If there was an old boys rule set without heel hooks, I might compete. The heel hooks is the main reason I am never going to compete again. Like Demetrius said, it's just not worth it. Masters IBJJF bans them. I agree with you. I understand it's legit submission that is important to train and be aware of how to defend, but too many people in competition act like their life is on the line and crank out that submission. Yep, they do. I'm not going through 1 to 2 years of injury, if you're lucky, and rehab and never being able and maybe never be the same because I competed against some jerk. For hobbyists like me, yeah, sure, my knees already hurt all the time. Like 3 months ago, some jerk, 20-year-old college wrestler put a knee bar on me out of nowhere and cranked as hard as he could, and now I can't run. So yeah, don't roll with that guy again. I hold grudges against people who hurt training partners constantly. They scare people away from the sport. Taylor Pearman is 99 plus. Oh, what's Pat Downey? He's or minus 99. Pat Downey's plus 99. Oh, Pearman is. Okay, I got it mixed up. Top 3 CGI teams, New Wave, Autos, B team. Yep, usual suspects. That's a tough one. I could see all 3 teams winning this. Submission wise, I don't know. Yeah, we got to see. Why bend heel hooks is my favorite move. It's the hobbyists don't want. Well, nobody wants their leg destroyed, to be honest. We're seeing more videos with people destroying people's legs with heel hooks. I've seen white belts try those moves in practice as well. You need some level of control to do, some of these leg locks and knee bars and stuff like that. If you ain't got no control, you shouldn't be doing this. And I thought all black belts had this control, but we saw the checkmat video. Checkmat dude had no control. Just got his black belt, ready to tear some dude's leg off they just met. I know it's the times, but the minute someone touches my legs, I tap. I'm just here to have fun and choke some friends out. Not trying to have full knee reconstruction surgery for my hobby. I'm the same way. I'm over 40. You guys got to realize most of the people in jiu-jitsu are over 30. They're in master's age. So what's the point in them really doing heel hooks and stuff? I'm over 40, and at the end of the day, this is just a hobby for me. Hobbyists pay the bills. I tap as soon as there's even the threat of a leg lock. I'm sure that's frustrating to some people, but I've just seen too many videos of horrific injuries to be messing around. I thought he made a good point in the Craig Jones podcast. Basically, just that the risk is so huge. Is it really worth it? I've been heel hooked in the gym, and I generally trust the guys I roll with, but all it takes is a momentary lapse of judgment for a catastrophic injury. I used to roll with dudes with a dude that was a high school wrestler and a blue belt. I was a white belt at the time. He would always stomp me pretty easily, but I trained a lot and went to train at a friend's gym. I finally got the better on him one roll. I got him in a heel hook. He was pissed and just started cranking on my leg with an ineffective ankle lock. I kept trying to say, dude, I just got the heel hook, but he was not listening to be honest. I let go and tapped it because he was cranking my leg so hard, I was afraid he would inadvertently rip my ACL, even though the ankle lock was ineffective. I hate the way extended leg lock battles look. I understand it comes across a bit like old man yells at, but it's how I feel. Owen Jones versus Mac Henson. That's going to be a good match. Winner gets to lose to Gianni Grippo. That's a good match. We'll see. Heel hooks are cool. You just got to control and tap. The thing is, a lot of these people don't have control, so they shouldn't be doing. If you don't have control, like the checkmat dude, you shouldn't be doing heel hooks. In fact, if you don't have control, you really shouldn't be rolling. I heel hooked some guy from 10th Planet that came to my gym and open mat, and it was hurting everyone. And his coach thought I was the bad guy. Oh, the guy was hurting people, and you heel hooked him. Okay. Yeah, that's how it is, man. It says Rusamir Palares is the ultimate villain in terms of heel hooks. It's between Pat Shigoli and Palares and checkmat dude. checkmat dude is famous. My foot got cranked in comp, but I didn't cry about it. I just kept trying to get the other guy back. I told him afterwards, it's all good. If it was bad, I should have tapped. Not smart by any means. You know that adrenaline blocks the pain. I don't get how it is any different than, let's say, a lateral knee bar. The knee has zero ability to move in that direction, and damage occurs pretty quickly. Lateral knee bar is worse. You're spot on that there's no movement in that direction, but there's also limited proprioception in that plane of movement too. With heel hooks, it's a motion that you can at least experience in normal life. Try rotating your leg internally or externally. It's possible. Spent 9 months off the mats courtesy of an inside heel hook. Controlled pace. Knowledgeable partner. No hasty movement. No warning pop. Not worth even taking the chance for anybody but the most serious competitors, in my opinion. It says partner's health is more important than victory. Is why we have heel hooks all the time at my gym. We roll hard, grab submissions, But everything is giving the partner the time and awareness to tap. That's insane. Give people the time and awareness to tap. That's insane. When you know who your partner is and care about their training experience, all these things open up more safely. But I agree that at competitions, you never know who you are stepping on the mat with because there is no vetting process. And then when they rip a submission for a $5 medal, there's no likely ban. Just, oh, you should have tapped faster. It's a fight, bro. Sure, heel hooks provide potentially a ton of damage with the knee, but we should only be looking at it as a safety thing at competitions versus a lack of knowledge. Otherwise, if you don't do leg locks or wrestling, train in the gi, there are more restrictions on leg locks, reaping, and less wrestling in general. That is one upside to the gi. You know, you gotta be hard to get caught in some crazy stuff like they can't do heel hooks or anything. They can do knee bars at brown and black, and toe hold, but usually you're gonna be okay. Grippo heel hooked a guy years ago, and I remember Gianni Rippo. I remember that. Josh Sonos heel hooked Gianni Grippo and won, and Gianni had his karma. It wasn't a heel hook. It was that what's that where they stretch your leg from the back. Heel hook wrong way, and you're the bad guy. Yeah, I need to make just temp rash guard with a Nike swoosh on there. Just tap. Stop this schizophrenic. Okay, calm down, man. All right, Marley, calm down. Calm down, Josiah Marley, before I had to time you guys out, okay? I mean, that's what he wants to say. He can say it. I'm not too angry about him saying that. He just likes Grippo. So I'm going to tell you now, calm down, people, before another timeout, okay? We already did the timeout the one time. Just calm down. Calm down. Let's watch, I think we're going to watch Powell. Let's watch Powell, and maybe we'll look for Gianni Rippo. Can we find the Rippo match? And that might be it for today.
Stefan Jakubek, mat number 2, Ludwik Labor, Piotr Dziwisz, mat number 3, Jakub Jarosławski, Norbert Burgalski, mat number 4, Alex Kukowski, Kacper Opoka.
You got Miha, that's the guy at Legion, on top. Powell on bottom.
Alexis Bexal and Simon Cox, please prepare at mat number 6.
Is that Wojcik on the other side? Yeah, when you see people on their butt, you're like, well, this sport's never going to be popular. There's nothing I can do, bro. Don't make me take that belt out. Nice little 2-on-1 there. I like that. Turn the audio down a little bit. 2-on-1 control. I feel like everybody kind of got this from Eddie Cummings because he would do all this stuff. Little false reap entry here. That's nice. Trying to build himself up. Usually they try to invert from here. Or they just kick the bottom leg under. He kicks the bottom leg under. Here we go. You've seen Pato do this. There is a knee bar here. Or he can enter like the 50-50. I can't really see exactly what he's got. He needs to get the bottom leg out. 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 Okay, lost it. Nice. Nice Miha. Looks like he's back in reverse X. Yeah, here we go. Really good entry for the back. Maybe into the legs. Look, Keenan, the Craig Jones toe hold. I mean, if you got to do a trials, for sure, Asian and European trials way easier than American trials. American trials, you got to wrestle with, maybe throwing you into the barrier over there. You got to wrestle on some cement. All right, almost knocked him out there. All right. Mia's doing a decent job outside passing and controlling the head here. Got to watch the arm though. Pressuring in. We don't even train with lower belts in my gym, so if anybody comes there complaining about heel hooks, that's on them. For competition-wise, just happy. Well, most schools, not every school does the heel hooks, you know. Got a reverse X situation here. Uh-oh, Miha. Calf slice position. Hey, looks like maybe have a toe hold on the other leg. Possibly gets up his back. Nice, Miha. You should have been able to do better from there. Looking for the Junie lock there. Ever since then, I don't even look at white belt's direction. Well, you should be able to roll with everybody, you know. You should be able to roll with everybody. White belts, is that my friend Alexis over there? I didn't know you did trials that year. Alexis. Jenna. Alexis. He's over there on the right side, left side. Miha, I wasn't even looking. Looks like he's in the Matrix. Another false reap here. Nice. She's able to enter the legs. Miha needs to point and roll. Roll, Mia, roll. Keep going. Just keep going. Whee! When in doubt, roll. Roll. They're going to restart you with your back taken, though. In the standing position. White belts are too dangerous. That's true. Well, you still need to roll with them. Who's going to roll with them if you don't roll with them? In the mat return position, Kimura. Don't go for this, Kimura. No, it's working. Is he gonna get this? Gonna probably give up his leg somehow. All right, he's out of it. Just let go of it, bro. Flexible. White belt's too dangerous. $1 million white belt tournament. That'd be pretty. Somebody would die. Oh, Kimura. Oh, Miha beat him. I thought Miha was gonna lose that match. Oh, I'm sorry, Powell. I thought you were winning that match. Are white belt super fights really money makers? I mean, that's basically the equivalent of slap fight for the UFC. Is this the ADCC trials that Joseph Chin participated in? Possibly. 2023? Yes. Joseph Chin did win this one, I believe. Or 2024, he won. I think Joseph lost this one. He lost 2023. But he won 2024, I believe. I could be wrong. White belt class are a different time than ours. A black belt and brown belts are usually from 7 o'clock. Oh. Dang, you guys all, well, my gym, we all together. You got to roll with everybody at my gym. You guys just brown and black belts. Just add slams to the tournament and you'll see white belts flying through tables left and right. Actually, you might see that without slams allowed. Yeah, I mean, that would be a big liability having white belts. And then when someone gets sued, they're like, well, he only had 2 weeks of training. There's somebody else I wanted to see. Who else did I want to see a match? Powell and somebody. Who was I talking about? I don't remember. So we have too many professional athletes for that. Oh, dang. You guys. Bro, my gym, we got some good people too. We still have to train. Train everybody. Your gym might be bigger than my gym though. Studio 76. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, keep Roberto away from the white belts. There was somebody I wanted to see. I don't know. All right, guys, we're at 3 hours. I don't think there was anything else I wanted to talk about. So you guys know I do about 3 hour stream and then I jump out of here. Let me read this last post and I'll get out of here. They got to get the spazziness out somehow. The white belt BJJ fight with those rules would probably like WWE Attitude Era. Yeah, but it would be real. People out there getting paralyzed. This is a nice little, not too long. It says, is going to AOJ as a hobbyist. Just wondering if it'd be bad for me to go to AOJ just to train as a hobbyist. For like a month because I'm going to California for a small vacation like next summer. Currently a white belt at a no gi only gym. You're going to have to put the gi on. but I've done gi before. Mainly asking this because I've heard it's pretty hardcore and not friendly to hobbyists for some people online and in person. And if anyone trains there, is it possible to bring your own black set of no-gi stuff and spats, or do I have to buy their sets? They have more hobbyists than competitors. Go train and enjoy. Only the pro training is hardcore, but all the other classes is more hobbyists than competitors in class. You'd probably have to rent the no-gi stuff, as the shorts and spats is a combo, not separate. When you see it on, well, he's going to have to buy it if he's going to be there for a month. If you have a chance to train at a high-level academy, I would say always take that opportunity. I think you should do it. I've dropped in there for 1 to 2 weeks a few times when traveling with my husband. My experience is that more people will totally ignore you than other gyms. I was surprised to have people, male and female, completely avoid making eye contact, but there are still enough friendly people to make it enjoyable. It's the younger competitors that can kind of freeze you out. Classes are huge. You're not a part of the in crowd. Classes are huge, so there isn't a ton of individual attention. What's the point of going there then? The coach ain't going to talk to you. The good athletes ain't going to talk to you. But the coaches still ensured we were getting the techniques down and were kind. As a white belt, I think you'd only be able to do their basics classes. That's not worth it for you then. They have a great basics curriculum, so this is not a bad thing. And the environment might be more welcoming than the classes with a lot of competitors. Probably because he could probably find a different place. Go to TIV Planet or some other school. You could probably have a better time at some other schools than AOJ for him being a white belt. How about we watch Marcelo Garcia fights? My little brother is the reason why 3 hours of school got separated. What do you mean? Why the hours got separated. If you made it out of the white belt class, you've been battle tested. Come to Houston or Austin. Yeah, I'll have to come, bro. I've been there just once. Yeah, I mean, if you're a hobbyist, man, a white belt person that's just going to do basics class. I mean, there's really no point in going to AOJ. You're not going to roll with anybody, really. There's going to be better schools where you're going to be treated better. You can wear whatever nogi you want to wear. Mat fee going to be cheaper. You're going to get more individual attention. I mean, what's the point of going to this class and you number the 200th person in the class? That ain't going to help you. I highly doubt AOJ is any different to any gym in the world. A bunch of hobbyists, a few guys who are competition training, and some world champions. They just stack competitions with their competitors to get more points for low entry divisions. Yeah, I don't think it's really worth it. Was there anything else I wanted to see? Let me zoom through real fast if there's anything important I missed. I don't care. Let's listen to this.
I would pay to compete and I would win, and I'd probably get a lot of opportunity to go teach seminars. And in the entire year training for this one event where I may or may not win, right? And then I'll have a bunch of seminars to do, which means I have to travel for seminars, which means I can't really train for other events. And I'll make a bunch of money doing seminars, but I could probably make the same amount of money doing a super fight. So it just makes more sense. And I just wish that they could develop a professional circuit in the gi that was a little bit more like what we have in no-gi, like a professional super fight circuit where like at least IBJJF, like adult black belt Grand Slam should have a prize money that's at least equivalent to ADCC. I could go win an IBJJF Worlds.
It is. So it's not true. Tons of IBJJF world champions don't even get the seminars. That's true. Depends on the athlete's individual branding. Yeah, a lot of it's individual branding, your charisma, how cool. You got to have a style that people want to learn about. You know, like Lucas Lepre, people want to learn Lucas's passing. They're going to bring him down. Some of these other guys, they might be winning, but, you know, you won by advantage. It was Jao Mendez. You won by advantage, and like, all right, I don't know if we really want to bring you down to our school. Visiting high-level dojos on vacation is always worth it. But he's a white belt, and he would be stuck in the big basics class. You think that's worth it for him? You think traveling to California just so you can do a beginner's class is worth it? I don't think so. Now, there might be some other schools, maybe not as high level as AOJ, but going to get some better instruction, more mat time, less fees. You ain't got to wear the special no gi and the special gi. So it says that's a bold statement to say you could go win IBJJF Worlds with the competition that shows up. What do you mean? He text. Argument. I meant an individual could win gi worlds and still not get to make a living wage with seminar opportunities. I know a couple world champions that are out here teaching. They're probably making $30 a class out here. They happy though. Not directed at any. Says I meant any individual could win a gi worlds and still not get to make a living wage with seminar opportunities. Not directed at any one individual. I personally know a few world champions whose lives didn't change much after winning gi worlds. My man don't have reading comprehension on that one. No argument there. I'd probably be more excited to watch a pro gi match than a pro no gi match. Why would they when athletes keep showing up? That's probably not going to happen. Look how long it took ADCC to up their prize money, and it was all because of CGI. ADCC still didn't raise their prize money. They just gave a base. People can complain about the IBJJF. Can complain all they want, but the IBJJF isn't worrying about that. They haven't faced the pressure that CGI put on ADCC, and until then, they probably won't change anything. They probably need to see 30% minimum or more decline in enrollment for them to care. They do, though. Black belts for worlds win 6 to 10K depending on the size of the bracket. John Carlo forgot about that. John Carlo, I don't know if John Carlo can pass USADA. I don't think John Carlo can get past USADA. USADA gonna see John Carlo. Sir, you can't enter here. Super Carlo. Very few super fights in the gi. That's interesting. Mika versus Tynan for sure, but others are just okay. And AJP, who at least pays some money for their athletes, aren't busy as the IBJF. For me, doesn't make sense. Grand Slams and World Pros should be way bigger. It used to be bigger. I'm not sure what happened. Their marketing in America is just terrible. Now Europe, Middle East, they got it. Trying to squeeze juice out of a rock. Not everything is meant to be a lucrative profession. This includes teaching jiu-jitsu. And, maybe we just got to accept that. Unfortunately, IBJJF is the only gi competition that gets any clout. People look down promotions like Grappling Industries or Naga, but some of the hardest matches I've ever had have been some random dude at Naga. Bro can't win IBJF world title because bro can't pass USADA. Uh-oh. Adam Rosinski won the Grand Slam and was awarded $3,000. The money is where the views are. More people watch no gi than gi. Simple. It's the same problem as women's sports. I didn't say that. He said that. I'd ask for CJI money, not ADCC. I'd take $1 million over 10K. Yeah, I mean, IBJF does make money. They just don't want to give it to us. Says, well, I can't get past USADA. You on too much TRT. Oh, man. TRT, man. So I tell people just to stay natural. You guys do whatever you want to do. I tell you guys to live a healthy, natural life. You don't need anything. But you guys do whatever you guys want to do. It's your life, your body, your choice. I'm going to keep promoting living a healthy, clean lifestyle as much as I can. That's just how I'm going to be. Is Carlinhos the richest guy in jiu-jitsu? Carlos might be. There's some Moneyberg's the richest guy in jiu-jitsu. What are you talking about? Yes, why not? All right, guys. I think that's it for today. Who else live streaming for 3 hours a day? Monday through Friday, we live stream about jiu-jitsu. I didn't even get through all my tabs. Look, but it's all good. Should be on tomorrow. Whatever time, 10 o'clock, 10:30 East Coast time. I'm going to CGI this weekend, so my goal is going to be I'm going to go big mode. Big Alec, where's Big Alec at? He's right here. So I'm going to CGI, so my goal, hit up Masters Worlds, Jiu-Jitsu Con, go over to CGI. Well, hang out with Quan too. I'm going to hang out with Quan a little bit. Go to CGI, and then maybe stream after CGI for both nights, Saturday and Sunday. And once I'm done streaming, I'll try to stream for like an hour or two, whatever I can get to kind of get my thoughts out of there, let you guys know what happened, talk about the matches. So I'll do that, and then that's it. Who else gonna be live streaming about CJI like that? I don't know who else gonna be live streaming 2 a.m. at night, but that's me. And that's it, guys. If you want to support the channel, let people know about the live stream. I'm trying to get monetized. I'm trying to get the live stream monetized before I get out to Vegas. So I'm at 860, I believe. Let me check. I'm at 866. So I can only monetize this channel when I get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you got however many accounts, I know Marley got a ton of accounts. Make sure all your accounts are liking the channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before Friday. That way it can monetize. It takes a while for YouTube to let the monetization go in. Yeah, and that's basically it, man. I got nothing else for you people. Stay out of trouble. Today is Mat Side Monday. Go train. Go get some mat time in. Enjoy yourselves. Be healthy. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your training partners. I hate that I gotta say that. Take care of your training partners so that they take care of you. Okay. And that's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, God willing. And stay out of trouble, man. Peace. I used to have an exit video. I don't have one. Maybe I'll play it. I'm not gonna play it. I need to